when I get to see you because it's like you always have one vibe. And that is hard to find persons who is consistently like in an upbeat, um, positive kind of energy. But
And
you always seem to have that energy, so you need to tell me a secret. All right?
I mean, I know. I just me this.
I just you that.
I just
But
me.
I guess. But anyways, guys, good afternoon, good morning, good night. I'm not sure what time you guys are seeing this live, but regardless of what time you are seeing it, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of a conversation for another week. And most importantly, thank you to our guest this week. We have Amoy, who's a Jamaican who migrated to Canada as an international student back in 2022. She's now graduated and she's on a postgrad work permit and looking forward to permanent residency. She's in the beautiful province of New Brunswick. That's what we're going to be focusing on for today's conversation. Now, for today's live, it's gonna be two-sided. So we're gonna talk to Omar for like 30 minutes, but then we have another guest in the background, Shanice, who's gonna be coming on for another 30 minutes, who's gonna also be sharing her story. So
Hi
if you guys
guys.
are so if you guys are,
Hi
interested in
Nika.
learning more, definitely stick around. But most importantly, just take a quick second to smash that like button. Really helps out the stream. Thumbs up if you're new. If migrating to Canada is your goal, this is your channel, this is your platform. We try to share everything from a real life perspective. We are no immigration consultants, lawyers, affiliates. This is not legal advice. This is just our own experiences. We're just sharing so that other persons can benefit. So don't take it as legal advice. Be sure that whatever you do your own research because immigration is always changing. Now, with that said, Amoy, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing good. The weather could be better, but I'm great.
What type of weather are you guys getting over there in New Brunswick?
Fog. 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 Rain. It's terrible.
Terrible, man.
For the past 2 weeks it's just been raining. Like crazy.
Yeah. No. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Omar. Where in Jamaica are you from? What made you want to migrate to Canada? And also, what process did you use to migrate to Canada?
Okay, I'm Amoy and I'm from Kingston, Doheny Park. For
Yeah.
the people on the right, you don't know. Um Yeah, so I was this was a process that I wanted to navigate years before I even thought about doing it last year. And I didn't think I could do it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
But then I had a friend that did it on her own. And what your colleague said, oh my one look outside my window, bright sunshine. Me jealous bad.
Well,
Yeah, so
let me
sorry about
kind of
that
dark
guys.
up my background.
So I had a friend that did it on her own. I was like, and if she do it on her own, why me can't do it by myself then? Because I for years I sat and contemplated on whether I should get an agent or a consultant to help me through the process.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided not to because they're expensive. And the one that I was thinking about using, his reputation had just declined. And I was like, no, I don't want to use him anymore. So then I went into research mode. I became my own consultant. I asked like 1,000 questions to people that I knew. I joined a lot of forums, a lot of groups. I was everywhere asking questions just to get the process done. So yeah, I mean, for me, it's all about a better life, a better opportunity
Mm-hmm.
for myself. And yeah, I just made that initiative to just go ahead and do it.
Okay. Well, big up all the Duane Park and Kingston and St. Andrew Massive in the house. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Big up to all of Jamaica, big up to all of the Caribbean, big up to all of the world. Guys, don't hesitate to drop your flag. Let me know where you're watching from. That's always very important to me. But most importantly, guys, I dropped a question in the chat right now. I want to know, would you guys consider living in New Brunswick? Let me know in the comment section right down below, like if you would consider living in Brunswick, and then we
Why
can.
wouldn't they?
No, we're gonna talk about it, right?
Mm.
No, shout out to everybody who is in the
Hi,
chat so far.
Basil.
I see Don, hello Don, Lisan Anika Miller, Colleen, um, Big up to everybody. The inner thing, Roy
Who said the
Sayers.
cost of living is high? Who said that? That's a lie.
Plan to next year. Fantastic, fantastic. So, Amoy, you made a decision to migrate. After
Do I?
you thought about it before. You decided to do it by yourself. Why New Brunswick?
Okay, so for one, I didn't want a big province. That's one thing. I have
Uh-huh.
family in Ontario, and I read
Aye.
about the pros and the cons of all the provinces, and I said, okay, I'm not trying to spend this ton of money on getting education because at the end of the day, it's a means to an end. It's not that serious. So I just wanted something that was relatively affordable and somewhere that was affordable to live where the cost of living would not kill me and I'll be able to sustain myself. So
Uh-huh.
when I did my research, well, New Brunswick wasn't necessarily my first choice. It wasn't my first choice. It was between Nova Scotia and here, but then Nova Scotia took forever and I just could not. So when I got my acceptance to NB, I just said, you know what, let me go with it. Then Nova Scotia accepted me after, and I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $1,000 to confirm and hold a seat. So let me just go and chill
Uh-huh.
because God already ordained here. So let me just leave it as that. But yeah, the cost of living is not expensive, and I thought about the tuition, and my tuition was like 10,000 and change. So
Uh-huh.
that was within my budget and what I wanted to work for. At the end of the day, it's the same education, and the quality of education here is good too. So
Okay. So before we get into like the nitty gritty of what it is like living in New Brunswick, sorry, I almost said Nova Scotia. Almost. I almost said it, but that was because you almost moved there. But anyways, we're talking about New Brunswick. Now, before we get into the nitty gritty, what I want to ask you now, there's a lot of persons on the live right now, by the way. We have almost 70 persons. Guys, please just smash a like on the live. It really, really helps it out. And share so other persons can be informed as well. Now, a lot of persons who are on the live are prospective international students thinking of coming to Canada as a student. You know, they are probably about to start their process, thinking of the process, in the process. Now, if you had to name like a few tips that you think contributed to your success of getting approval for your study permit, what would those tips be?
a good statement of purpose. That's one because I had ties, but they weren't significant ties, and I wasn't trying to divulge all my information to IRCC because I think them just a little bit too intrusive, and I'm not gonna give them everything that they want. So I think the best thing is a good statement of purpose, a very clearly outlined statement of purpose, showing like why is it that you want to come here, what is the goal you're trying to achieve by being here. Um, how is it that you plan to return to your country to fill the economical gap or the labor gap in the market, or what your field of study will help you to be able to dive into that pathway. So I think for the tips, it's just filling out the forms properly. There's anything to me, this the most solid part of this application process is your statement of purpose, because that is your one chance of selling yourself how you really want to, that they can see that this person is making sense. So I don't think it's like tips, but more of one solid piece of document. And
Document.
this document does not have to be a 2-pager, it doesn't have to be a 3-pager, it doesn't have to be a 4-pager. If you feel like you need to put out a story, sell yourself. Because I remember when I was trying to do this whole thing, people said, "Oh, don't let it pass 2 page, don't let it pass 3 page." I wrote until I felt like I had given everything to that document so that they could understand where I'm coming from.
Okay. So in a nutshell, you're saying that your statement of purpose or letter of explanation is predominantly one of the most important contributor factor to your approval or denial. Just letting the
Well,
officer know.
apart from that, I would say the finances, because IRCC love money. They love to see the finances. So The next thing would be like if you don't have enough money, you could ask for a sponsor. I had a sponsor. My sister was my sponsor, but she never necessarily sponsored me. If you get what I mean. I don't know if I should be saying this, but she never sponsored me. But yeah, she never sponsored me, but she show her money
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. But I had enough money covered for my year because my program is a year. So and also choosing the right province
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times we get caught up in the city life or we want to be sometimes where our family is at, but at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day you have to think about, can you afford to live where you're going? Can you sustain yourself there? It doesn't make sense you go somewhere where you're not able to stay away. Are you able to get jobs as an international student? That's a whole
Mm-hmm.
lot. Are you able to just settle in that place well? So
So Nicola Allen is asking how many pages was your statement of purpose in the end?
I think it was 3 or 4.
Therefore.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not ignoring the chat, guys. So I have Tana Levy says greetings from Jamaica, Portland. That's my parish, by the way.
Oh
Born,
yeah,
not
that's my
grew
roommate's Prairie. I know she's watching. Big up yourself, Mel.
up. um, Watching from Prince Edward Islands. Yes, I would definitely love to live in New Brunswick. I
Come
wanted to
along,
go
we.
to I wanted to go to New Brunswick, but my spouse wasn't up for it. So yes, I would move there. Basil says she chose New Brunswick because she wants to stay closer to the ocean. Is that true?
No. No.
Hello from the
No.
Bahamas. Hello, big up all the Caribbean massive. Um, BB says it's interesting. Not only some people write a statement of purpose. I did not write one, and yes, I agree with you. You need to show adequate proof of funds. I think proof of funds is just as important. Yes, I think so too. No, you
Yep.
have gotten your approval. You have boarded your flight. You've made it to Canada. You've made it to New Brunswick. What was your first impression?
Listen, after I had a grand time in Ontario and the plane was flying over, I was wondering where is the place? Like all I was seeing is bush, like bush, bush, bush. I was like, where's the strip? I don't understand. Like I was just seeing bush, 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 bush. But then when I got here, it took a little bit of adjusting to because it's a small town vibe, but then it grew on me. It kind of grew on me in a sense. So it's different. It's a quiet place, but it has its little perks where I don't
Mm.
know. For me, everybody's reason for wanting to come somewhere is
And what
different.
month? What month do you land again?
I landed in August last year.
August. And what was the weather like at that time? Or did you find that part of the transition?
The weather didn't bother me. Though it was I don't know. St. John naturally is cool, right?
Mhm.
So even when other places are hot, it's cool because it's by the sea. So it's cool. So the locals were complaining that it's hot, but it was good weather for me. I never had
Mhm.
any problems with that. So I
Yeah,
was
an experience in the first winter, um, in New Brunswick. Was it bad? Was it good? Was it manageable? What would you say?
the winter was good, honestly. There were only 2 days that the weather was like -28 or something like that, and I never had any problems. I got lost one of those nights though, but the way how people made it seem like the Maritimes is so bad when it comes down to winter. I
Yeah.
expected it to be much worse. I expected it to be like Alberta winter, but it wasn't. I expected to come out and see snow pile up at my door kind of vibe, but
Yeah.
I never experienced that. I was still outside in winter because naturally I love to be outside, so it don't bother
Mhm.
me. I expected it to be much worse. It felt like a New York winter, so it wasn't bad.
Hmm. And a lot of persons would say that New Brunswick winters are usually pretty mild in comparison to like other places in Canada. So if you guys are on the live and you want somewhere warm and cozy to go to, probably New Brunswick definitely.
Maybe it will change, who knows? But it just wasn't a bad winter.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, again, we have almost 90 persons on the live so far. Thank you guys so much for spending a part of your Sunday with us today. We have Amoy on the stream. If you guys are joining us late, it's a two-part live. Amoy is here for half an hour, and then we're gonna get Shanice to come on for another 30 minutes. She's also in New Brunswick, and she's gonna be sharing from her perspective what the
Yeah, but Shanice is in Miramichi.
Oh,
because you have
Miramichi.
about 6 different places in New Brunswick that you can
Mhm.
study. So a lot of
And
persons
you are
only
in
take
St.
White
John.
Mountain. I'm in St. John and she's in Miramichi.
Okay. Now, what's the capital of New Brunswick? Is it St. John or is it Moncton?
Fredericton.
You tell me this already. I can't remember. I cannot remember.
Fredericton. Yeah.
Fredericton. Okay. So, guys, we have over 90 persons, but we have less than 50 likes. Guys, just take a second. If you like the live, like the live. You know what I mean. If you like the information, just smash that like button. It really, really helps out the stream, all right?
What
Now,
is your
let's get
course
into
of
the meat
study?
of the matter, Amoy. Housing. How hard or easy was it to find housing, and what's the general cost of housing?
Okay, so I found housing before I left Jamaica. So it was hard finding it outside of the country. But coming here, it's not that hard. I think no, it's probably a little bit more difficult because you have a ton load of people moving into St. John and everybody wants to buy a house in St. John and the surrounding areas. So I think it's becoming a little bit more challenging now. But I found an apartment on Kijiji. Well, it wasn't me, it was my friend that found it. And then she referred me to the landlord and asked if he had another apartment that was empty.
Yeah.
And she told me about it and I called him and he was so nice. So we spoke. It was, I believe it was a Saturday evening. We spoke about it and he said, yeah, you can have the apartment. So I just made a deposit from Jamaica.
Okay.
And then when I came, the key was left with another guy that lived upstairs. So I just went in and
Nice and easy.
nice and easy. I
And
never
what's
had
the
problems.
average cost? You've been there now for over a year. Like, what's the average cost? Pretty much, you'd find that apartments usually go for 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. What do you think?
One bedroom ranges from like 750, 800, 900. I
That's
don't think
not
it's
bad.
around 900. Yeah.
That's not bad. That's pretty affordable.
Yeah, the one bedroom I was in was 800. Yeah,
Okay.
and
So
now I'm in a two.
now I know that you've guys. If you're new to the channel, you probably won't know this, but if you're a foundation subscriber, foundation viewer, you know that Amo is not new to this channel. Um, Yeah, I think I've known Amoy longer than I've known Malia, who was born. Like Malia is gonna be 2 years old. So
Actually,
I literally when Malia was being born, Amoy was doing this live. So Amoy is no stranger to the channel. But yeah, it's good to have her here. Welcome again, Amoy. Thank you for taking a part of out of your busy long weekend. I know I had to call you and beg you on my knees, please, 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 please.
stop it.
But but I appreciate it. Now you've studied in Jamaica. You've been to college in Jamaica, and you've been
University.
to college now in New Brunswick. What would you say is any similarity or difference between the teaching styles, the environment, and stuff like that?
I think college is more intense. You have a ton load more of assignments,
Mm.
and I think the assignments, what they do, what the pro of this is that the assignments, it actually helps you. So if you fall down like in an exam, it actually helps you to be able to add those grades, unlike in university where you have or two exams and
Don't mind me,
project.
guys. I'm in an hotel room. I'm just trying to block out some light. Hold on.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
unlike university where you have what, two exams and you have a big project to deal with or something like that, you have a lot, like every week you have a ton load of assignment. Like at one point I had to start writing them down because the assignments are just too much.
Mhm.
But I think they're good because they help you to get these additional 5%, 10%, 20% grades. What I like about here, I don't know, I can only speak about my program. Apart from the assignments, the lecturers were lenient. Well, some, because I remember getting 3 zeros for this whole plagiarism issues. Any
Mhm.
international student coming here, listen, they don't care
Yeah.
that the way that you learn about plagiarism is different. You have to get it right. So that is a whole other saga. They don't play about plagiarism here. So no matter how you want to spin it, they are not gonna be lenient when it comes down to plagiarism. So you have to learn how to ensure that you don't plagiarize. So apart from that, the assignments are intense, but I feel like they help you to add some additional grades. But most of my lecturers were pretty easy. I have a lot of open book tests, so you have your book and you do your exam. So that wasn't too bad either. But overall, it was good. My program was 8 months, so it was more intense versus a program that is 2 years where you have more
Uh-huh.
time to be able to learn more or get some breaks. We never had any break. So it was much more intense for me. That was the big difference with here. In Jamaica, you have time and space to, probably navigate the hallways or go somewhere. You can go. We call it something Thursdays. We need to remember. Some oh Jesus. Integration Thursdays. I don't even know what happened at NBCC because at school done me gone because me have to go to work. I
Yeah.
have to go to work after that. So I
Yeah.
don't know what happened. I'm not participating and me and my friends at school. We gone, we're leaving. We have things to do. So yeah, those are the
Okay,
major
so
differences.
if you guys are hearing a screaming baby in the background, I apologize. That's Malika being Malika. Anyways, now I can definitely relate to that. One of the biggest shocker that I found when I moved was the fact that your learning is really your responsibility. Nobody's gonna spoon feed you like what we're accustomed to
None
in
at all.
Jamaica, stuff like that. So you have to be more responsible for your own
Yep.
learning
And
and
because
take a
it's
lot more
postgrad, they
initiative.
tell you, oh, you're postgrad students, you should know this. You should be able to do this already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and the thing is, because really and truly, like I found that when I was going to college, the in Jamaica, obviously, it's more a focus on passing an exam, but
Mm-hmm.
here it's more a focus on you actually preparing for to do whatever you're studying. So it's a lot more
Yeah.
hands-on, a lot more
More
practical,
hands-on. Yeah.
and a lot more like when you finish school, you are equipped to just go straight into the workforce because they're teaching you from that aspect. So I think that is a big difference where the thing is concerned. Now, I know for a fact that New Brunswick is on the rise in terms of like when I just came to Canada, New Brunswick had one of the lowest minimum wages in Canada. It was one of those places where not many persons were attracted to. Now it's definitely on the rise. What's the minimum wage right now, and like what's the job opportunity availability for like a new immigrant coming to New Brunswick?
I think the minimum wage right now is 14.75. Yeah, but I've never been getting minimum.
Ballpark, okay.
Yeah, 14.75. I think. Yeah. But for job opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
don't come here expecting that you're gonna get an office job because you're not. Especially as a student. The mere fact that you say you're a student and it's on your resume that you're a student and they're not going to accept you or give you an opportunity to even have an interview because they want you to be able to work at their hours, their convenient or whatever is conducive to them. That's the time that they want you to work. I've only known one person that got a job in the one of those government agencies. So they offer part-time jobs. So possibly that's the one that you can check out. But usually it's like customer service, the food places,
Okay.
restaurants.
And
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Or you can go into healthcare. Because my housemate, she does healthcare. So
Mm-hmm.
you get money there. If you want to be one of those persons that work as a nurse aide, you get money right there. I can't do it, but other people do it and be okay with it. So they pay good. They pay like
Well,
twenty dollars or so.
that leads nicely into the other question, which is actually healthcare. So
Mm.
that provincial health, I'm sure you guys have that. Was that available immediately, or did you have to wait a couple months before you are eligible for it?
No, immediately. As soon as I landed, I probably went like the following week to get it done.
Okay.
And I got it probably 3 months after, but other persons, my housemate came and she got it like within a couple weeks. So I
Mm-hmm.
guess at that time they were busy. I don't know, but
Okay.
you
And
get your card, you can apply for it.
what about access to family doctors and stuff?
Hey, you have to go up on wait list for that.
How long of a wait list?
Listen. I don't even know that. Wait, this is long.
It's long.
This is long.
I
Yep.
gotcha.
That's the sucky part of New Brunswick.
Hmm.
The healthcare. You can see doctors here and stuff, but the wait list
Yeah,
that's
and I don't think that's unique to New Brunswick as well.
well
If you're
to
on the line,
Canada.
it's in Canada right now. I think that's
Yep,
a
there's a
severe
crisis.
problem right now in most places.
Yeah,
Access to family doctor is very
terrible.
difficult at the moment. Now
Hmm.
let's go into the chat for a little bit, Amor. So somebody says, "Is in New Brunswick susceptible for hurricane?"
The one time there was supposed to be a hurricane, it didn't happen, so I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. So we also have. I won't ask you that question. That's probably you don't want to share. That's okay.
What's the question?
What was your first job as a student? I didn't say I wasn't gonna
Uh,
ask, but you asked me to ask you.
what was my first job? I was in customer service.
Okay. Do a lot of jobs do a lot of jobs require some French speaking skills? Do you think it's beneficial to know French to navigate life in New Brunswick?
No,
No. I
but
didn't see it does New Brunswick yeah, there are parts of New Brunswick
yeah,
that speak French. Yeah, that's right.
yeah. It's beneficial if you know French though, but it's not a main thing. They're not gonna kill you if you don't know French.
Okay. So
But if you're
this
gonna live like in Fredericton,
so
or
Rice Sanders is asking Amar, what is social life like? What do you do for fun?
okay, you see me, I'm fun by myself, and you have a club now uptown. I've been to that club probably 3 times. You have to make fun with your friends.
Yeah.
There isn't where I am in St. John. There isn't much things to do, but you do have in Moncton where right now I'm living in two cities because I work in Moncton, so I'm in Moncton twice per week, and I'm in St. John, so I'm all over the place right now.
Yeah. Live best
But
of both worlds, yeah.
yeah, but in Moncton it's livelier. Moncton gives me like Florida vibes, kind of a thing. But here, there isn't much to do. Where for me, I don't mind because my goal is not here. My goal was not to come here and party or be
Hmm.
outside doing the most. My goal was to come here and just kill school and just get ready for my PGWP, my PR, because when you're finished with school, you have to be thinking about all these expenses, your English
Hmm.
test, you have to think about your PGWP money, your medicals, everything. So it all depends on what you're coming here for. If you're coming here for a fun social life, you're not gonna find it here. Well,
Okay.
not in St. John, but in probably in Mountain.
Okay. All right. So again guys, if you're joining in late, we are doing this live on a two-part kind of thing. So we have Omar here. We're gonna be having Shanice next. No, but before we go there, guys, I just want to say we have almost 110 persons on the live so far. Thank you guys so much for being here. But please,
No.
before you leave, please just
Have
like
you
the
gotten
video.
your PR? No, I haven't gotten my PR. Let me just answer that question then.
Yeah.
No, I just finished school in April, darling, and I'm on my work permit.
Hmm.
I have a full time job. So, PR is the next thing on my plate. No, not yet.
And of course, it's inevitable. We're sending positive vibes. You know that. Yeah. So
Stop.
yeah, we're sending. Yeah, that's right. So guys, if you're even here just for a couple minutes and you get some substance, just make sure that you like the live. It really helps me out. It's totally free. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. And yeah, just drop in a comment section. Just send some blessings on my way, just to be willing to share our experience. We appreciate it. Many persons want to start the journey, and the best, if you want to know a road that you've never traveled before, is to ask somebody who has traveled that road. So, Amar, we're
Yeah.
going to kick you out in just a couple minutes, and then we're
Yep.
going to ask Shanice to join in. But before you
Yes.
go, I just want to ask you to share two things. One is, what would you say to somebody who's thinking of migrating to Canada as a general in terms of whichever stream? As a new immigrant, what would you say to that person? And also, why should somebody come to New Brunswick?
That's my Trini friend. Um, all right. If you want to come to Canada and you're having second thoughts about it, And if you feel the urge within your guts, like you really want to do it, because this is something I thought about for years and I feel like I couldn't do it. Like literally, just do it because you never know unless you try, right? You never know unless you try. Don't let anybody deter you from your goals. If you feel you want to do it, just get up and do it. At the end of the day, it's one journey, it's all one goal. Nothing in life comes easy. If you're afraid of starting over, we all have our time when we're literally afraid of just something. But fear is where there's comfort zones, and we don't do comfort zones over here. So do away with all of that and just be positive about it. What's the next question, remember?
The other question is, but before I say the other question is, guys, listen, that is a word right there. Fear is non-existent. Fear stops you
Plain.
from achieving so many things in life. And growth don't take place in your comfort zone. You have to get uncomfortable to grow, right?
Preach.
And that is what we always say here. If you don't jump, you won't know if you can fly,
Amen.
right? So you have to just decide that you're gonna do it, because if you don't do it, you will never know what's the end result. Now the other question is, Amoy, why should somebody move to New Brunswick?
Why shouldn't you? There are many places in New Brunswick, guys. Like there's Miramichi, there's Woodstock, there's Moncton, there's Fredericton. There's so many places in New Brunswick that you can settle. At the end of the day, don't think limits. Don't think New Brunswick as just a limited place. Think about the opportunities. Think about the PR. At the end of the day, it's PR we come here for. We don't come here to sit down and just be thinking about, oh, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna do this. What is your intention in coming to Canada? My intention is PR. I want it all. So at the end of the day, I'm not gonna go to a big province and sit over there and worried about what's going to happen to my permanent residency. I don't want that for myself and my old man. So I had to work with a province that's gonna work with my age, yeah? Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Amoy. I see the questions, guys. I see some questions. I have it on my list of things to ask. We're gonna ask the other guest who's gonna come in on as soon as Amoy is out of here. Thank you so much,
I'm
Amoy.
out.
You can
Peace
go
out,
and
guys.
enjoy
Love.
what's left of your weekend. And,
Bye.
and I know you're gonna be in the background as well, so you can interact in the chat
Of
as well. All right.
course. Of
So see you in the
course.
chat, and goodbye, and send Shanice over here.
Chinese coming up.
Okay.
Bye.
Yes, guys. All right, guys. So that was Amoy. Enough respect to Amoy all the time for sharing, unfilteredly. That's what we do here. Now we're waiting on Shanice. Shanice is also in New Brunswick. She's gonna be sharing things from her perspective, to just so you guys can get a further, I'd say, enlightenment of what that province has to offer. Definitely, I see the transportation questions. I see all the other questions as well. We're gonna be diving deeper into those, so persons can have like a realistic expectation if it is that you want to move to New Brunswick. Remember now, guys, each province have different cities, right? Not all cities are the same. Some cities are big, some cities are small, and each province have that. But predominantly, there is like a culture that exists on a wide perspective, from the province wise, right? So that's what we're trying to get, like just a general perspective, not focusing on any particular city, because of course each city would have its own subculture. So, but generally speaking, that's all we can share. All right. So, waiting on Shanice to just come onto the live. Shanice, if you're in the background, just come into the live and then we can chat some more. But until then, we can just go into some questions on the stream. Oh, here's Shanice. She's not messing around. She's quick. Welcome, Shanice. I'll chat to you just a bit. I just want to get through some of these questions. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so we have Sue says, thank you, Amoy. Erica says, thanks, Amoy. Hi, everyone. Wise words, Amoy. Which is better, New Brunswick or Alberta? We'll get into that question probably to the end of the stream. You know my answer already, but we'll get into it a little bit, all right? Guys, if you haven't liked the live already, what are you guys waiting on? We
Hi,
have over 100
Colleen.
persons here. We have over 100 persons, 120 persons, and we only have 60 likes. So smash that like button, man. Run it over 100. Really appreciate it, guys. If you're here, come on, just like the video. It takes a second, right? And it really helps out the stream. So I'd appreciate that. So Colleen says, "Hi, Shanice."
Hi,
Um,
Colleen.
okay, so we have Shanice here. I'm meeting Shanice for the first time too. I have, as I understand it, she's a friend of Amoy's.
Yeah.
Living in New Brunswick as well. Are you in St. John as well?
No, I'm in Miramichi.
Miramichi. Fantastic. Amoy said that as well. Now, where in? Are you from Jamaica?
Yes, I'm from St. Anne.
You're from St. Anne. Okay, I didn't want to assume that. Now, you're from
What do
St.
you
Anne.
mean?
How
Do I
long
look
have
like
you been
somebody
in
who's
New
from
Brunswick?
St. Anne?
I'm sorry.
Do I look like somebody who's from St. Anne?
Well, it's hard. Well, it's not fair to say you do or you don't because, like, yeah, people look alike, right? But
Okay.
I asked because, like, I don't really hear much Jamaican accent, so it's probably because you've been here for a while, maybe, or
I've been here for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
So with the Jamaican accent there,
It there, man. It
so
there.
yeah, I go like saying that there.
The accent there, man.
Okay, okay, okay. No, it's okay. That kind of bring down the conversation back. Okay, tell me a little bit about yourself, Shanice. Like you mentioned, you're from Saint Anne. You're living in Miramichi, New Brunswick. What made you want to migrate to Canada, and also, what route did you take to migrate to Canada?
Okay, so my thing was, I'm from St. Anne. I went to college and university. When I graduated, I had a job as an accounting clerk, accounts receivable clerk, and it was good. But then I made myself like a promise, like I made myself a 5 year promise, and then like the 5 year mark was coming up, and like I didn't really see much room for like growing or upward movements. I'm like, okay, I have to like go back to the drawing board.
Mhm,
And then my dad's wife, she knew this guy because she does like the H2B program. So the person that does her programs, he had the link to the person who does the recruiting for the school here. So she mentioned it to me, and then I went to the guy and he told me, and he's like, okay, we can do the school route. You can still stay in your business field because I did business admin back home also. And yeah, so I did the school route because to me, I think that's the easiest way, like the way that's like sure
mhm,
that you can figure your stuff out.
mhm.
And I did New Brunswick because it was a cheaper province out of all the provinces.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, would you consider living anywhere else in Canada if you had the choice right now, being that you've lived in New Brunswick for 2 years?
Um, it's really kind of like 50-50. So like even though I've been here, I travel to like Toronto like maybe 2 times out of the year. Toronto is fun. There's a lot of activity. You can get everything that you need, but it's very busy and it's also like very expensive. So like Amaya and I, we always talk about, okay, we're gonna move eventually, but just because like we miss like the life, like the activities. Jamaica is
Yeah.
very fun. There's much to
Yeah.
do. Down here is like it's a slower pace, so there's like not much to do. But yeah,
Okay. Now, are you here with your family or by yourself?
I'm here alone.
You're here alone. How is that? Like, how did you navigate that by yourself? Like, was it tough to make friends and like stuff like that?
All right. So like when I started school, like my classmates, like majority of the persons in my class, they were like international students. But like at the time, I was the only Jamaican. Like
Mm.
there were mostly like Filipinos. There was a lot of Filipinos. So like they were like my first friends. Like we're still friends now. We graduated
Well,
a
kamusta
couple
po?
yeah, a couple weeks ago. We graduated in June. So yeah, so they were my first friends. It wasn't hard, but like like the language barrier. Like sometimes I'd be at the table and they would be talking in their language and I'm not understanding. I'm like, English, please.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
So, when you just moved to New Brunswick, why Miramichi? Somebody asked that. Why did you choose Miramichi, or did you go somewhere else and then move there?
No, I've always been in Miramichi. So like initially, my dad's wife, her daughter was here also. So I was
Okay.
like, okay, it's a familiar face. I don't have to navigate stuff by myself. But then like within like maybe 3 months of me moving here, she had to move to a different city because she got a job there. So yeah,
So you pretty much still had to figure it out on your own, pretty
yeah.
much. But you chose to stay there. What's the population of Miramichi?
I think where she Miramichi is probably, I don't want to say it's in the thousands. I think maybe like 10,000, a little bit above.
That's a small town.
It's small, but it's like yeah, and it's
Is there
mostly
lots of is there lots of opportunities there job wise?
yeah. The jobs here, like since I've been here, I've had one, two, three, four, five, maybe five jobs. Because first, like my first job, like I started it when I just arrived because I came here in August and school was like September, so I had like the space
Yeah,
and I did another job at the Cineplex, the movie theater.
yeah.
That too, but then I didn't really like it because it was kind of slow paced because we're just coming out of COVID,
Mm-hmm.
so it wasn't really the hours weren't adding up. And then I got a job at Rogers for which is still my job, and
Yeah,
then I did McDonald's part time in the summer to help with tuition,
yeah.
and then now I just finished my internship and closed a full time position.
Well,
So it's
congrats.
thank you. So it's good for opportunities. Like I've never had like a problem not getting a job here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it just
That's
depends.
good. So okay, so a lot of persons been asking me about transportation. Now,
Okay,
what's the
so that
transportation system like in Miramichi? Like, what's the cost for transportation, or how easy or hard is it to find
okay, so
suitable
that's the
transportation?
part that's kind of iffy around here. So like we have the bus systems. There it's like 1 hour. They run every hour. We have three routes that goes to the three major cities in Miramichi. Um, the bus fare it's like $3, or you can get like a pass monthly. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's like $60 for a pass for the month. But like if you work in places where there's no like bus route, or you might be starting too early or finishing too late, not
Mm-hmm.
to catch the bus because it starts. I think they start running from like 7 and they stop like 6. I think 6 is the last bus.
Oh, that's early, man.
Yeah, they start at like 7 because I used to go to school at. I used to have to be at school for 7:30, and I used to get
Mm-hmm.
on the bus like 7:04, and I'd get there like 7:15.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. So they start early, but the thing is, with them starting early, they kind of end early too. So they stop running like 6. I think like 6 is the last trip for the day. So if you're leaving work at like 9, 8, you'll have to take a taxi. The taxi system here, it's not bad. It's just one company that I use. I've heard there are others, but I just use the
mm-hmm.
one. They're pretty reliable. Like you have to give them like 10 minutes every
Yeah.
time. So like if
Is
I'm
it
leaving
expensive?
it's I don't I don't even know what expensive I don't know because like all right to go to like where I work now it's $17 to go there. To
Oh,
go other places, like if I was living here to the school, it would be $7 to go to the school. If I was going over to Rogers, it would be $9.
that's
So
not that bad.
yeah, it depends on the location.
Yeah.
And they're pretty reliable. They run 24 hours, so that's good.
Mm-hmm. So I'm always popped in the chat that transportation is way better in
Yeah, come
St.
on, we
John.
don't
She
want to
has no
hear
issues.
this.
Is Miramichi close to St. John?
It's 3 hours apart.
Oh, that's a fair bit. That's a good
Yeah,
little distance.
yeah. That's why I've not been to see her yet, because I just
Yeah.
can't. Yeah.
So Basil says that hey, that's big. I live in a town before population 3,000. Transportation, taxi, bicycle, or feet when I came. I'm not
Wow.
sure if Basil is trying to tell anyone who's going to New Brunswick to get a bicycle. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, a
okay.
lot of people use bicycles, but I've never been a bicycle person, so
Yeah.
no.
Now, why should somebody move to New Brunswick?
I guess that is specific to like your needs as a
Mhm.
person. So like if you need like for me like the first year was my hardest year like of transitioning because like I was like a party girl in Jamaica. So
Yeah.
I was used to like being out. I was used to like going to the restaurants every weekend, hanging out with my friends, going for drinks, going to the parties because
Yeah.
Jamaica is the party central. And then like I think when I came, like moving from that fast-paced life to the slower paced life, it was
Yeah.
kind of depressing most times. Like I remember I would like just go through like my camera rolls and my videos, and I'm like, yeah, man, girl, I live some life.
Reminisce, reminisce.
Yeah, like I'm telling
Yeah,
myself that, yeah, man, Shanice, you live some life. So if you're not living a life now, you can just, relax.
100%. But in truth and in fact, I can relate somewhat because like I'm living in a small town, Grand Prairie, not as small as Miramichi, like population 70,000 people, but there's still not enough things. And coming from Jamaica, we know it's buzzing. There's
Yeah, man.
always something to do, and like it's like an adjustment. But at the end of the day, it's all about the opportunities, right? Like short term pain, long term gain. That's what I always say. You go there and then you get what you want, and then you can move to somewhere else.
Yes, and then you
Um,
figure out like your life. So like I would say like for Miramichi, the best thing about it is that it's budget friendly,
okay.
right? So like my where I live in a house. It's like seven of us. It was like a student rental, and like rent is like 400. It's everything included.
That's that's pretty neat. That's pretty
It's
decent.
every it's everything included. Um, it's
So
within walking distance from the school, so you can walk to the school if you don't want to pay the bus fare. So it's like it's and then for jobs here, like I think the minimum wage now, like when I came here, the minimum wage was 13 something. I think it increased the other day, so it's like
yeah.
14.75 now, which is good. So if you're working a minimum wage job, which majority of the jobs here they do, who is saying clear? Who that know me? Who that know me?
Yeah, you're popular, man. Like people know you.
Yeah, but like you can find jobs here that are not minimum wage because like
Yeah.
since I've been here, I've only ever worked one minimum wage job, and it was like the one at Cineplex.
Okay.
Everything else was above minimum wage.
I'm always say you party too much. That's what I'm always say. I'm always say you party too much. But I was actually gonna ask a question, but somebody popped it in the chat before I get a chance to ask you. But I'm not gonna ask it anyway. Now you're in New Brunswick by yourself, no family or anything like that. Now tell me a little bit, like for like I'm not gonna assume you're single, but let's assume you're single. Say you're single and you go to New Brunswick, Miramichi or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
What's the dating scene like for a single
Okay.
person?
So I have not really been in the dating field, honestly. When I came here, I was dating. I was in a relationship when I moved here. And then after moving here, we kind of broke up because like the wasn't aligning, like the movement and the
Yeah,
goals weren't aligning. Like the person didn't want to move here. So like, okay, it's whatever. And then I met somebody else through a friend. So I wasn't really in the dating pools. I
yeah.
really don't know what it's like, to be honest. I haven't sampled it, so I don't know.
So like to put it into context. So in Jamaica, where we're from, whether you're in a relationship or not, people will probably try to pursue you, as you'll call it. They'll be
Yeah.
like, you know, do you find any similarities with that? Do men like are
All
men
right.
like
So I hear like I don't feel like they pursue you, but I feel like all right, like I've had instances where like people will come and they'll like me and they like ask if I have a card or they'll write their number on a piece of paper and like, oh, if you want to chat sometimes, but it's not like actively pursuing or like if they know me
gotcha?
work somewhere, they'll come there and like you can tell because like they're prolonging the conversations, but they're not right out like or
Yeah,
they'll be like, oh, you're so pretty, and but they're not actively like saying, oh, I want to date,
yeah.
they're
So for the person who asked the question, to summarize it, New Brunswick men are shy.
yeah, basically. Bas- basically.
Okay, that's on them. Anyways, no, it's pretty much the same in Canada. It's pretty much the same culture in
Yeah.
terms of like everywhere. It's pretty much the same thing. Now, Debs, would you say it's much easier when it's two people living and working together in Canada? It's much easier anywhere in the world, not just in Canada. if you have two persons working towards the same goal, working towards the same dream,
Always gonna be
it
easier.
it doesn't matter where in the world you are at. It's gonna be easier, right? In Canada, most people try to reach out on dating apps. Guys, you can email me
I
and I can
want
give
to
you a
know
list of
who is
dating apps
that
you can check.
Lee person. They seem to know me, and I want to know who is it. Who, Lee? Where do you know me from? You know me from Beverly, but how would I know you?
So, Jaylee, you have to come and identify yourself so that
Yes, please.
so Amar says New Brunswick men are just more friendlier than aggressive when pursuing women. Okay,
Yeah,
I guess so.
they try to be your friends
Okay, that
with the
uh,
ulterior motive, you know?
well, at least they're respectful. Like, of
Yeah.
course, getting that respect is very important, right?
Mhm.
Guys, we have over 125 persons watching, but we have less than 100 likes. Get that like number up, guys. Let's get it over 100. If you guys like this conversation, if you guys do not like the reasoning, like the video, like the live, share, share, share. I really appreciate it. If you're watching it, it literally only takes a second. Get that like button over 100 likes, guys. Then, should you get someone who took another route? Them, you should get someone who took another route 1 week. Oh, absolutely. Last week we had somebody um who was not a student. She came as a worker, right? We have persons who came as PR. It's like it's just a balance, right? So it's everyone. There's something for you, right? Definitely. Now, what would you say is the most challenging thing about living in New Brunswick?
Hmm. Like I don't know really because I don't really look at stuff as challenging. Like even when when I came in, everybody was like, "Oh, the winter was gonna be awful." Like my first winter, it wasn't even that bad. The one last year was horrible, but like
Hold on, last year winter was horrible.
yes, last year we had like some
The
minus
same winter Amoy
30s.
said wasn't not bad. Amoy said the winter was.
I don't know what was going on with Amoy because like my first like my first winter it wasn't bad because my first winter like even I had like a snowshoes. I didn't even wear my snowshoes like my first winter. But last year we had some minus 30s. I remember one night I walk into the car and by the time I reach there my eyelashes them freeze down to get up on them.
No, you're gonna be scaring persons from coming to Miramichi.
No, it was minus 30.
Mm-hmm.
My eyelash them like literally just left and walk out there, so I can't open my eyes. I'm like, what the hell?
So tell me, like, as on the topic of winter and weather, coming like coming to Canada, I am from Jamaica, experiencing winter. How did you adjust to that? Like, what would you say? Like somebody coming in that situation could use to help them make it easier.
Like, I'm just gonna like I was having this conversation with my friend too because I'm encouraging her to come also. Just be prepared for the long ass winter. Because it's like and just be prepared for like the darkness and the gloominess. I think that like the weather didn't bother me as much as like the darkness and the loneliness, you're not seeing the sun, the mood that comes with it. Like it comes with a mood, like a very sad mood, really. So, like, even you're inside, you have heat, you're warm, so you're not cold. So the cold is not gonna be an issue, but just be prepared for like the dark days, basically.
Oh man, like I'm so happy you brought that up. And I've done so many videos where I talk about that. Guys, like winter is mentally draining. That's the word to put it. And a lot of persons get what they call white light in their house, in their apartment, and they literally just turn on the white light and sit underneath it in order to get some sunshine because it puts you in a very depressing mood.
Mood,
Like
yeah.
winter puts you in a depressing mood, and I think that is significantly more takes more adjusting to rather than the actual
And the
cold.
weather. Yeah.
Because there's actually no such thing as bad weather. There's only bad clothing. As long as you have the right clothes, the right attire, you're good to go in whatever temperature. But the mood and the darkness, like I get it. It's
Yeah.
tough,
and
right?
then and
But
then
how
it's
do you
long.
mitigate it though? What do you do like to get through those periods?
All right, so like for my first year, rough. So like first year was so rough, but it's also like about your mindset also because like if you sit down and you're like, oh, the place is dark and gloomy, and you dwell
Mm.
on it, then obviously you're gonna be depressed because you're feeding into the depression. But like finding stuff to do that makes you happy, like connecting with your family, like my family, I love my family so much. Like they
Yeah,
were like they called me like every time, and they do like the video calls, so you're seeing people, my friends too, like they call me, like my birthday is in January every year. They make sure they mail me my gifts, so I have
yeah,
stuff to look forward to. And then like my boyfriend, like he's in Toronto, so he can get like all the Jamaican stuff. So he's like sending me care packages every now and again. So I'm like, I'm missing out, but I'm not really missing
hmm.
out.
Okay, so on the same topic, what I'd like to say, guys, is that what really helped me as well, but for me it was different because I have my family here with me when I just came, so we have at least each other. But for persons who come to Canada by themselves and don't know anyone, winter time, you definitely want to make sure that you're taking your vitamin D. It's very important because there's not much sunshine, so you want to make sure that you're taking that. Somebody suggested that as well, but you don't want to be in isolation. Now it's a totally different society where making friends takes a lot more effort and initiative rather than in Jamaica when it's more like natural, or even the Caribbean or other parts of the world where you take the bus with somebody two times to see them face and turn friend.
Yeah, the
That's how
man.
it is in the Caribbean, but here it's different. You
Yeah,
might be in class with somebody, you don't even group work together, and then as class done, they walk past you like they don't even know you. That's the kind of society. So you
yeah,
have to be intentionally in reaching out to people, meeting people, and going being a part of different activities. Otherwise, you might find yourself being isolated, and that is one of the worst feelings because when it's cold, it's dark, it's depressing. You don't want to feel isolated because that's when you start feeling like you made a bad decision. That's when you started doubting the reason why you want it. But just yeah, just pick up yourself and go on and do your thing, right? Now we are gonna be here for just a couple more minutes, Shanice. Somebody on this live right now is thinking of migrating to Canada, but they're not sure. They don't know what to expect. The fear of the unknown. What would you
Mhm.
say to them?
I would say like you're gonna be scared, and there's gonna be fear, there are gonna be doubts, there's gonna be like so many questions. But like your reason for doing it has to be greater than any of the doubts that you're having. Like be scared and do it anyway, because at the end of the day, like the fact is that like for me, like my process took even longer than a Moise, because I started my process in 2019, and then COVID hit, so we had to defer. And then when I applied for my like visa, like embassy had my passport for like a year, so even if I wanted to like go anywhere else, I couldn't do it because like they held on to it. And like in that time, I was like doubting and questioning stuff, and I'm like, do I even want to do this? I don't know anybody. How am I gonna pay my, like, the tuition part was the biggest part for most of us, I think. Like, how are you gonna pay your tuition? And I had so many doubts, and like I came and I started, and like once you start, you push through and you're good. Because like when we had so many doubts. Like I had so many doubts. Like when I came, I paid like probably, I want to say like the first half of my tuition for the first year. That was the only thing that was paid when I came here. Half of my tuition. And I remember even when January was coming, and the other half due, and I worked and I saved up this much, and I needed like half, and I was like, people were fretting for me, and I wasn't fretting,
Mhm.
because I said, you know what, God bring you somewhere for a reason, or God lay something on your heart for a reason. And if God brings you to it, He's gonna bring you through it. So I wasn't even worried. And I'm here to
Mhm.
tell you, I paid everything. I didn't owe anything. I didn't have to do any extra nothing for make no
Yeah.
money nor nothing. And I got through that. So you see family, and surround yourself with people that believe in your dream and believe in a you. Because when I started, I had people like telling me, oh, they tried to do it too, and they had to come back home because of the money. And
Mhm.
like people that don't understand your vision and don't understand your dream, they
Yeah.
don't they don't get it.
Yeah.
Don't get it. But you see, if you know what you want and you want good for yourself, you put in your sacrifice, you make your sacrifices, And do it because it is going to be a sacrifice. The first 2 years is not going to be great. It's not going to be lavish. Everybody try to make foreign out as this lavish lifestyle thing. Yes, it can be lavish, but you're coming here and you're starting from scratch. It's not gonna be lavish. And yes, some of the time you have to question yourself and you have to say, damn, this may, but
Yeah.
trust your process because everybody's process is different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's well said. And there's not much more I can put onto that because that is like 100% accurate. Because you have to know your why and you have to know your who, right? It is only the only thing that matters is if it makes sense for you. Now,
You.
Shanice, Amoy, myself, all the guests who comes on every week, different provinces, different processes, everybody will tell you the same thing. No, I've never met somebody personally. I'm not saying that they are not. I'm sure they are somewhere. But I've never met somebody personally who said that they migrated to Canada and regretted it. Have you?
No,
Not
haven't.
not a
Not
single person.
no, because even if they start out with the doubts and the regrets, by the time them done, them not have no regret.
That is it. That is it. No, it's like we were all in the same position of fear and like wondering if everything is gonna
And
work out.
for me, I'm gonna be honest. I
Hmm.
was so fed up that I don't think I had like time to like be fearful. Like I
Yeah.
was just so determined to be like, you know what, I'm not gonna be stuck in this rut. I'm not go, I'm not follow the generational thing. I'm not grow up and live in my parents' house and after they until me 40. Like I was so stuck in that
Yeah.
mindset. Like to be the one to make the difference. Like I was so stuck on being the one to make the difference because you grow up and you see things and you know what you want.
Yeah.
You know what you want for yourself. And let me
And that
see
is
if I
it. And I'm
can
enjoying. I did enjoy our chat too. I'm not saying I'm enjoying this more than talking to you. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm thoroughly enjoying this chat. Now, guys,
yes,
we have 130 person on the live, and guys, we only need 6 more likes to go over 100 likes. So if you're here and you're that person who didn't like it as yet, just take
like
this opportunity to just go and click that like button and then come back into the reasoning. Only takes a second. We only need 6 more, so don't be that person. No, I really appreciate you being so uncannily open in terms of just sharing your process, just being real, right? Really, really appreciate that. And it's so hard to find people to share. And as you rightfully said, people see Canada, US, different places as one of those places where it's like a bed of roses, as we'll call it. Like you land today and everything work out tomorrow. But the truth of the matter is it's hard. And people say, hey, is it easy to find a job? No, it's not. People say, hey, is it easy to do that? No, it's not. But the thing is, it's possible. And as long as it's possible, that's where your
can be
focus
done.
should be. Don't
Right.
look for what's easy because easy doesn't exist. Look
Nope.
for what's possible.
And a lot of the things that are easy, them not worth it in at the end.
Mm-hmm.
They don't worth it. Like anything that comes too easy, it just don't make sense.
That is true. Guys, thank you for getting us over that 100 likes. I'm going to end the live now. Goodbye. I'm joking. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to like the live. I really appreciate it. And big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to everybody in the chat as well. Like, you're part of the Ask a Canadian Immigrant series where we get persons from different provinces to come on and share their experience, share what it is like living in their province, and just ultimately give persons option and just people can know that here I go. You see these names on paper, you see these provinces, but real people live there. Real Jamaicans have migrated there. So if you are thinking of doing it, you are not gonna be the first person to do it because many persons has done it before. Right? So don't worry about that. No, thank you so much, Shanice, for as I said, being here. I really appreciate it. This was a very fun interaction. And don't be a stranger. As you can see, people know you're on the live.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but why can't tell me where me know him from? Ask him to tell me where me know him from.
No, I'm always gonna wrap up with like giving. Well, I'm gonna be here for probably a couple more minutes, but I'm gonna let you go. But before I let you go, Shanice, as you spoke to persons who want to come to Canada already, but why should somebody move to New Brunswick?
Okay, so for me, by New Brunswick, it might not be the funnest. the most fun province. It might not have like all the lavish stuff that you're used to. But you see, if you're really like determined on like making life can be made here. Like life can be made here. Like, majority of the population here, no, they're like retiring age. So I know that they're having issues finding people to work in like
Hmm.
all job sectors, like all of the sectors, healthcare, education, the business world. Like it has been a struggle getting in like employees, because like majority of the people here, I think it started like COVID. After COVID, majority of the people them are retire because they must say, life short. So the people
Yeah.
them gonna live them life. And it's like it's a developing province. So it's like the population is mostly like older folks, right? They're older
Hmm.
people. Them reach retirement age, they are retiring, so they need people to replace
Can
those
I
persons
can I jump in just a quick
in the
second? Somebody
workforce.
asked a question. Somebody asked a question before, and I totally forgot, but I had it on my list of questions to ask. And when you said that, it kind of actually reminded me. Now, being an older population, we know that older population persons are usually stuck in their culture, in
Yeah.
some sense, if you know what I mean. Now, how is it for persons of your persuasion, your complexion, um, integrating in New Brunswick? Any
You know,
challenges where that is concerned?
I've like others have like told me like stories. Like the only thing I think I only had like one interaction that was kind of iffy to me, but it wasn't really like outright. Like it was when I started like working at Rogers. I was new there, and I think it was the day that they have the pink shirt day when we wear the
Yeah.
pink shirt. It was that day, so I wasn't in uniform, so everybody was in pink shirt. And then this guy came in, and he was like, he was an older guy, and he's like, "Do you work here?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm just here for fun." But like that was
I'm just hanging out. I'm just hanging out. Just chilling.
yeah. I
Just.
just come here
I'm
to
just
spend
pretending to
some
work
time.
here.
Yeah, I'm just chilling. But I think that was the only like interaction that I've had,
Hmm.
like blatantly, where people are like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah.
But yet the thing is, like for us, like our complexion, like it's becoming like advantageous in that sense, where like if you apply to a job here,
Diversity hire.
yes, it's definitely it's it is definitely a thing, I can tell you, because like even when I applied for like the job at Rogers first, like somebody said to me, "Oh, my friend applied there and she didn't get through," but it was a white friend anyway.
Hmm.
And then and they were like, "So it doesn't make sense." That's why I said too, like don't listen to people, because they were telling me like, "Oh, it doesn't make sense. I applied because somebody applied and they didn't get it, and then I applied and I got it." So you don't listen to people, just do you. Because like even if people have not been like, some people might face it, it doesn't mean that
Yeah.
we're going to face it.
That's true. That's
Because
true.
like I've had people like they're so nice, so accommodating, so helpful, ready to help, as well as you have people who don't have the same luck. It's just you just have to figure it out for yourself. You just have to do you really.
Yeah. That's true. So I'm not even gonna ask you about like Jamaican restaurants and stuff like that because we know none of that. Another Miramichi.
Be for real. There was one, but I don't know if it's still there. I haven't been down there in a while.
Okay.
It was mid, to be honest.
Okay. And in terms of culture, now of course one population is gonna be like larger dominant, but is there like much access to like Jamaican products, Caribbean products?
All right.
Um,
You see, like when I just got here, there wasn't much access. But you see now it's becoming more, because now, like I remember, like I went into the superstore the other day, and I went into the superstore and they had Walker's with jerk season. They
mhm.
have Maggie seasoning. And when I just got here, like I couldn't get Maggie season. I had to get my seasoning sent to me from Jamaica when I just
Okay.
came here.
And I guess everybody on the live can agree that Shanice is on fleek at the moment. Now, the ladies probably want to know is like, tell me about doing like your hair and stuff like that. Is it expensive? Getting like products for your hair? Questions that the ladies want to know.
All right, so let me tell you about me and my hair. I am a do-it-yourself her. So naturally, I don't feel like if you're in Moncton, you can get anything done in Moncton. So
Mm-hmm.
like nails is fine. There's like many nail places. Like I
Mm-hmm.
get my nails done. They're good. They're affordable. Like a refill is like $55 for a refill. To put on a fresh set, it's my I think it's 75.
Okay.
So nails is fine. The hair part now is where it gets kind of iffy because like I haven't found anybody down here that does braids. Like if I want braids, I have to go to Moncton or Fredericton for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Moncton is like an hour and a half away. Nicer city, clubs and everything in Moncton. Moncton is definitely a good city to go to. For Jamaican food, there's like a little place in Moncton that gets everything. You get yam, you get banana, you get ackee, you get Maggi, Milo, Lasco,
Yeah.
everything. Fish, everything in that spot in Moncton. So
Yeah.
that is a good. So like if you want to get like an install or braids, you just make a trip out of it. You go to Moncton, you pick up some groceries, and then you do your
Do your
hair.
thing.
Me personally, I do my hair myself. So wigs, I install them myself. I do like the crochet hairs, like a
Mm-hmm.
crochet in the pre-twisted passion twist hair
I'm
for
not in my head, but I
myself.
have no idea what you're talking about. Just okay. Just
Yes. For myself, I do that for myself. Like, I wanted braids the other day, and I waited until I went to Jamaica to get some braids because it just it makes sense.
makes sense.
Especially like, all right, the braiders here, like they do good, but when you're used to good things,
Yeah.
everything don't meet your standard.
It's substandard. Yeah.
Yes. So for braids, I just leave it alone until I go to
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica. Everything else, I do myself. I will get my products online because I just feel like I can't find everything I want on Amazon. So I just
Mm-hmm.
do Amazon.
Okay. Okay, I think that's it. That's everything I had. I'm not sure if anybody else have any questions in the chat that I didn't ask that you guys would like to know. I'll give you guys an opportunity just to throw those questions in, just in case you guys want to ask Shanice a question before she go. I know you're ripping for you and Omar, by the way. Unfortunately, I can't have both persons join on the YouTube thingy. It has to
Yeah,
be one at a
sure.
time.
Okay.
So you're repping for you and Amoy right now, guys. So if you have any questions that I didn't get to ask or you'd like to know about living in New Brunswick, um, Miramichi, St. John, Fredericton, Moncton, whatever the case may be, throw it in the chat. This is your opportunity to shine, and then we see if we can answer some. Shanice, will you be applying for a PR?
Yes, I will.
I think that was a rhetorical question, though. Like all
Exactly.
of this is like,
It's typical. Spend my millions for go back over here.
like that's the whole purpose of all of doing all of that, right? So.
Right.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. So she will be applying for PR. So Nikisha also said, what about churches for those who are Christians or church goers?
Yeah, so there are a lot of churches here. The only church that I've not seen is a Methodist church because I'm Methodist. I haven't found a Methodist church, but there's Baptist, there's Anglican, there's Catholic, there's like the New Testament. So churches are not a problem, honestly.
Okay. And how long was your program? Angel123 says, how long was your course?
So my course was 2 years, and I did the 2 year course because honestly, there is so much like I want to say like when you do the 2 year course, you get like 3 years to apply for PR. You get like a
Mm-hmm.
3 year on your postgraduate. So it gives you time to figure your stuff out because sometimes like we're depending on like the government to put out pathways for us.
Yeah.
If a pathway don't come out, you have time to figure out your next step.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I did the 2 year program. Amai did the 1 year program, which she did 1 year and it was okay for her. But
Yeah.
like if you think you might need more time to figure out yourself, do the 2 year. If
Okay.
you can
And
do the
what did you
1 year,
study?
I did business administration. I majored in management.
Okay. Well, I did business too, and I majored in marketing. That's what the students who don't really want to go to school do
Yeah.
because it's easy.
Oh my god.
Now, if some of these
I
questions,
did,
okay,
but I didn't I haven't, the thing that you do where you evaluate it here. I haven't done that yet. I will do that whenever I decide to go to do my masters because that way I have a
Yeah.
degree, so I just matriculate to masters, so that will be what I will be doing. Or
Yeah.
if I decide to do my CPA, I'm kind of in between both at the moment, whichever one floats my boat. But it has to be after PR because after PR the school fee very cheap,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
PR
Robert
school fee
says,
cheap.
I'm a business graduate, but I'm pursuing nursing. That's what I love. Canada would be the country for you, definitely,
Yes,
lover.
definitely. And you see now they're having so many express entry pathways for people in healthcare. Like
Mm-hmm.
now would be a prime time. Like I had a classmate and he came in his country, he was a nurse, and then he came here. At first they didn't want to hire him because like the kind of technical differences and whatever.
Yeah.
But because they were so short staffed, like he got the job, he had to do like maybe a test to prove that he was competent, and he's a
Yeah.
nurse right now.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, and he didn't
Um,
have to redo any training or anything. He just had to do the test.
Now, what advice do you have for someone? What advice, if any, do you have for somebody who already has a master's?
All right, so if you already have a master's, because I have a friend in Nova Scotia and he had a master's and he still came over and still went back to school. So as like we're saying, like this that you're doing it for like a better life really. So if you
Yeah.
have a master's and you want to come and then you want to get it evaluated and then you want to like add to that or do something else, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day you're doing it for a particular reason. Because my friend that has a
Mhm.
master's, he still goes to school. He had
Yeah.
a master's from Jamaica. He's in Nova Scotia. Him still got school because like
Exactly.
the school part way, like honestly, like people might not want to do it because it's long and you have to put in so much money, but it's the most guaranteed part way there is. And it
Yeah.
gets
Once
like
you study
whatever way.
one, like the hardest part, and I'll say this from my own perspective, guys. Again, this is not legal advice. Do not call RSCC and tell them that them telling this. Do not, do not, do not, do not. I promise you,
Devin
but
is
this is
not a
my own
lawyer,
experience.
guys. It's just his opinion.
What I find is that once you're approved for your study permit, that's the hardest part.
Yeah,
Straight up to permanent residency. Everything else is just now going through the process. You're just going through the process and waiting on the timelines, right? Once you're approved for the study permit, it's almost a guaranteed path to permanent residency. Unless you come and you do something and you get kicked out of the country. Of course, that happens. But ultimately speaking, once you're approved for a study permit, only you can mess up yourself. Put it that way there. Right. Once you're here as a student, the government has so many policies and so many things to keep you in Canada. There's no reason why you shouldn't continue to live in Canada, right? Also, there's many different pathways, guys. Now you have the healthcare pathway, the tech pathway. If you are
the
in IT,
STEM, they're doing the
STEM,
STEM.
exactly. If
For the
you're in
sciences,
any
like the maths and
science and
technology.
technology and
Yeah,
engineering and stuff like that,
yeah,
there's so many pathways that you can look into. And you know what, guys? A lot of these pathways don't even require you to have a bachelor's, a diploma, a certificate. A lot of these things are just basic qualification can get you in through the door, right? So take your migration journey into your own hands, right? Don't be really dependent on somebody to put the information in front of you, but also get comfortable with researching
yeah,
because everybody will tell you the same thing. Everybody, Shanice, Omar, anybody who come on here will tell you that when we started this journey, a significant amount of time has to be invested in researching. Nothing is easy, guys. Do not just think that you can pay somebody and they do the research for you. You have to do your own research and get comfortable with doing research because there's so many programs right now that people are benefiting. But guess what? Most of the persons who are benefiting are from other countries, India, Philippines, Europe, because those are the persons who are doing the research.
yeah,
As Caribbean persons, we're laid back, we're easygoing. We just want somebody can put it in front of you.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, get comfortable doing researching, all right? Well, you don't have any child, so I don't not sure if you can talk about child care.
Um, I can touch on it because I have a friend who has a
Yeah.
kid, but it's like remember, like you come and you see from you do your tax the first year when you get here. A lot of stuff after that is pretty easy. You have children, the government give you a stipend for your kids every month. Daycare is kind of expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like daycare is kind of expensive. Daycare can run you up to like $1,000. Basically, like the school that you're going to is also important because like my school, they had a daycare on site for like
Yeah,
persons who had kids. So and that was cheaper than like the regular daycare.
yeah, subsidized kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I think I've enjoyed this chat way too much. Thank you so much, Shanice. I think I've taken too much out of your long weekend. I appreciate it. Thank you so much again for
Problem.
Amoy coming on before you. Is there any last thing you'd like to say before you leave? And then that's it. You can bounce when you're ready.
Somebody was asking about, the demand, and honestly, the demand is healthcare at the moment. Like healthcare, like they need doctors, they need nurses. So like, if you can get into healthcare, or if healthcare is something that you're into, do that. Do the maths, do the tech, do the engineering. Like the other day, I told somebody that like if I was into IT right now, I would be rich
Yeah,
because the tech, anything to do with tech, booming.
yeah. Like even Albert in Alberta, there is I think I've tried to wrap up this live like 10 times now. But anyways, even in Alberta right now,
The live nice dems roll with the flow, man.
at all, and but then at hotel and come like somebody I jump upstairs. But anyways, um, so in Alberta, you have a pathway that's specific for tech employees. Once you can get a job offer within the tech field, and they give you a list of jobs, and when you look at the list of jobs, it's so broad. It's not, a lot of the jobs not even have to do with IT. IT. As long as you're able to get a job within the field, you can use that to apply directly for permanent residency. Again, there's so many different streams outside of the federal streams. You have the provincial streams. You can just look and you
Right.
find the stream
And even
and see.
or even like the provincial, even like the Atlantic Canada, not just New Brunswick. So the Atlantic Canada is New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and I think maybe PEI is in there somewhere, Newfoundland, Labrador. Those are like the
Yeah.
Atlantic provinces. Those have like a specific pathway for themselves. It's called AIP. So
Hmm.
that one now, you connect with an employer that needs people. They give you a list. You go through the list. You find out somebody that you want to work for. You connect. You try to connect with them. They bring you in. You come and you work.
Just
You don't
continue.
have to do nothing.
Amoy said we should continue because I don't have nothing to do.
You don't know nothing about me.
But I'm not gonna put it to Amoy alone, guys. What I want you to do, if you guys think that this live is worth continuing, drop in the chat and we can probably go for another 15 minutes or so. If you want us to just wrap it up now, I'll take your non-response as a sign to wrap up. But if you want us to continue, just drop in the chat and we can go for another 15 minutes or so. All right, guys. We're not gonna do it until I start to some response if we should continue or not. If you don't reply, then I'll say that that is our cue, and then they're probably tired of us. They're probably tired of seeing us on their phone,
Keep
computer,
going.
TV.
Continue. Yes, continue. Them not tell we
Run the
call
live
them.
dems, continue 15 more minutes, 15 more minutes, keep going, keep going. But you like I see a person keep typing and typing and typing.
A
It's
different,
not
a
everybody.
different people. Them
Like for
different
example, I
people.
see that 3 times already.
Stop that.
I see that them 3 times already.
Oh God.
Right? Continue. Amoy. Like I see Amoy name like 10 times now
Yeah,
saying
man. Am
continue.
I busy in the chat?
Right? I'm gonna say I don't have anything for them. I don't know on the friendship work, but
Yeah, man. Check it
um
out now for the straight in my bed. Me I go after this.
what time is it now?
It is now. Let me tell you. Hold on. It is now 7:26.
7:26.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's now 4:26 in Alberta.
Sounds about right.
So technically my long weekend is gonna be longer than your long weekend
Yeah,
because
that's okay.
I get 3 more hours. So I think they want us to go for 15 more minutes.
All
That's
right,
okay. We
guys.
can
So
keep
throw in
going
your
on.
questions. Ask all the questions you want to ask.
Want a little more information on the tech areas? What I would say about that is to just look on the provincial websites. A lot of the provinces have like specialized um, area of immigration for the tech stream. So you can just go on the provincial website for each province and see what's available
Yeah.
for the tech stream. 526 in Jamaica. Yeah, Jamaica right now is 1 hour ahead of Alberta.
Okay.
What? Yeah, this is a very good question actually.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for asking that question, Chanel. What was your biggest culture shock?
My biggest culture shock was that the people, like, you know how in Jamaica we have a thing, we walk, if we walk past 100 somebody, good morning, 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 morning. The people here, you go into the classroom and you say morning and nobody answer you. And I wonder if like, me there or them hear me? Them not hear me.
Oh man,
That was
that's not just
like,
New Brunswick, by the way.
yeah, that's just here. But you know, like I feel like it's just the like the kids that were in our class, you know, them straight out of high school, them not really because like we wouldn't have that problem with like bigger people.
Yeah,
So yeah. And the other thing was that why them can't chat? Jesus Christ, don't make them know your business. Don't make them know your listen. If you tell one somebody your business, just know say
everybody
everybody
know.
know your business. So you just
That's what it is. You have to use wisdom.
yeah, and I feel like it's not, and you still like how we as Jamaicans, we not like people know our business, and like it bother we when you tell somebody something on your yearbook or whatever. It
Yeah,
it doesn't bother them. It's like it's how they're it basically how them raised because you know the place is so small, so they
yeah,
have nothing to do but to just sit and talk. So like them
yeah.
doing it, they don't think they're doing anything wrong. So that was a
Gotcha.
thing for me because even like I remember like in April we were going to like Jamaica and
Mhm.
you know, I had to text my teachers because school was still in session when I was leaving. So I told them, I said, you know, I have to go home, family emergency, whatever, whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
And the lady came to class and she's like, oh, when are you guys leaving for Jamaica again? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like obviously pull me aside and say, you know, when
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
I didn't want the whole class to know my business. And like
yeah,
they don't see anything wrong with it, honestly.
yeah. No, they don't. They don't.
No, it's just
They
how they
don't.
are raised, basically. So it's like, yeah, so like how our thing is for people to know what business, for them thing
Yeah,
have to know everybody business.
yeah. That
Yeah,
is so true. That's not just in New Brunswick. That's in
the entire
Grand
Canada.
Prairie as well. Now, what was the food? What is the food like? Somebody wants to know.
Like honestly, like there are places that you can go where you can find good meals. Don't expect it to be like Jamaican good because
Mhm.
it's never gonna be Jamaican good. Like a lot of the times, you know, I've asked people for like recommendations, and you know, they recommend somewhere to me, and I get mad excited, and I'm like,
Mhm.
yes, you know, I'm gonna go try, and then I go and I'm like disappointed because I was expecting it to be Jamaica good. It's
Yeah.
not Jamaica good. So like, there's good spots around here because there's like an Indian restaurant. It's called Namaste, like it's the best restaurant here. But they're Indians, you know, you go there, you get Indian stuff.
Yeah.
You have restaurants all around the place. Some places better than others, but yeah.
So somebody wants to know. You've lived in Miramichi now for 2 years. How do you
Mm-hmm.
like it?
Miramichi is okay for me. Like honestly, like I could see myself like settling here, like full time.
My
Maybe
office stop you. My office stop you because my office agree with Amoy. Montana's is by far one of my favorite restaurants here in Canada. I love
I've not been to
Montana's.
Montana's, so I have to disagree because I haven't been.
Anyway, as you were telling me about Miramachi, continue.
So you're upset coming to go Montana's them? Come on, bro. But like Miramichi is okay. Like you know, you can survive here. You can do all that you need to do. Like houses here, not that expensive. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can get a house here for like under 200,000. Like good house, good house.
Yeah,
I know people here that have mortgage and like their mortgage is like $900.
yeah.
So
That's not bad. That's cheap.
it's cheap, right? So it just depends. You know, now it might be a little bit more expensive. 'Cause, you know the inflation, and you know the interest rate them
Mm-hmm.
up. skyrocket and whatever the case is, but it's like livable. So I always tell people like, even I would live here, and just Moncton is like 1.5 hours away. So anytime I need a little fun little weekend, I just go to
Yeah.
Moncton.
Guys, forgive me. I don't know what's up with my internet, why I'm looking so shaky.
Yeah, you look very
But
blurry. You're
I
blurry.
don't know. I don't know. I look good on my end, but when I look on the laptop, I notice that my face is not even being
You're
shown
blurry.
anymore.
Them I can't see
Like,
you.
like,
I
is
can't
this
see
is
you.
this is this YouTube way of telling me that enough is enough?
You well want to get rid of me. The people them
No,
dying.
no. I promise you guys. Like, all of a sudden, I just noticed that I got really blurred. Oh, nope. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm using the hotel's internet, so I'm at the mercy of the hotel's
Yeah.
internet. But as
And
long as you
hotel
guys can hear
Wi-Fi is
me,
always
okay.
crappy, so we understand. It's fine.
As long as you guys are hearing me, okay. I don't mind going on. That's fine.
Okay.
No, yeah. So somebody was saying, my culture was that most Canadians are fast. I wouldn't generalize like that, but a lot of persons are.
Them fast,
Age is
fast.
just a number with Canada in immigration, by the way, guys. Of course, it depends on the stream, it depends on the program, depends on the platform. Some programs are age specific, some program give you
Yeah.
points
Some
for your
programs are
age
not. Yeah. So it just
and stuff like that.
depends.
So you have
Because
to
like
just
a
look.
lady was in my class and she was like 65.
International
So
student?
no, she was Canadian, but she's still 65. I've seen
Exactly.
there was this guy, he came up and I think he was like in his early 40s, Jamaican.
Hmm.
He moved to, I think he went to Moncton because he didn't like Miramichi. Miramichi was too slow for him. But like I always feel like, you come here for like a thing. Don't let like the
Yeah.
surroundings get to you. Some of the times that we're too caught up in the doing, like, oh, I want to go out, I want to this, I want to that. At the end of the day, being here and not being able to go out and not be, it saved me money. It saved me.
Yeah, that is true.
Because one night out costs you like $200 up, literally.
What are you guys doing? $200 up?
Listen, one night out costs you $200 up. What kind of night? What kind of night? What kind of night? Yes, guys. People are asking me for my Instagram. Them's mega talk to my fans. Okay, bye. Hi.
No, dear thing. I'm here. I'm here. I'm just a fly on the wall. You can do your thing. It's all good.
I do have Instagram. It's double underscore Shanzi, like SHANZII double underscore again.
Can you spell it again? Let me pop it in the chat.
So double underscore SHANZII double underscore.
Okay, there you go, guys. That's the Instagram for Miss Shanice.
Yes.
Did
We'll
I
see
get it
y'all
right?
over there. Yes, it's correct.
It's correct. Okay. That's good. That's good. Somebody was asking me a question. Let me answer that question. First is asking if they already have a bachelor's degree in business administration, if
Mm-hmm.
they can do a business diploma. No, that wouldn't be a wise thing to do because that would be you taking a step back. Oh, it seems like I'm coming back. The internet seems to be picking up back. But anyways, what I would suggest you do is to do a post grad diploma or a post grad certificate that it can be business related but different, like more focused. Like if you have a business bachelor's in business administration, you can do a postgrad cert in like international management or
Or international
international,
business management.
exactly, stuff
Yes.
like that. So you are able to show that you are specializing now in this field, even though it's a part of the business field.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Or do something completely different too.
Yeah.
Try somewhere else. Like, like for the first part, like, like the careers that you hear like are trending that they need people for. Try go down like one of those parts. Cause I wished I had like the stomach for like nursing. Because if I had like the stomach for nursing, I would have gone into nursing.
So what kind of stomach you need for nursing?
You need boy, your stomach have a strong for nursing them. Them just listen, I don't even like to clean up when I look no. Stomach no strong. Girl stomach no strong them. Nope.
Yeah.
Girl cannot manage.
Yeah. nursing. I think you have to have a genuine love,
Passion, yeah.
yeah, for nursing in order
Mhm.
to excel and do it the real way.
The real way, yeah.
Definitely agree.
Because
Yeah,
even in my thing, like if I was to go to nursing, I probably would do like the person that does all the charting and the stuff. That's what I would do. But like being around the stuff, I don't think I can manage being around the stuff.
yeah. Amoy said that she can't do nursing either.
No, I can't do it. Like I can't do blood and them stuff there. I freak out. I cannot do it.
Yeah, you have to burn for it. Laverne, who's a nurse, says exactly them. You have to love nursing to do it. Yeah. Well, give thanks that there's persons out there that love doing it.
That love it,
So
right? Because like if
yeah,
everybody
so
depend
yeah.
like on me, what are we did?
I suppose the postgrad would be way cheaper than the masters too. I wouldn't necessarily say that. Because as an international student, sometimes the masters can even be cheaper than the
Cheaper.
postgrad.
Yeah, it just
It, de-
depends really.
it depends on the school, the
And the
province, the city,
program.
the program, all of those things. So again, also, and I'll share this again. I know we're talking a lot about like international students and like studies and stuff, but I want to get this out. When you guys are looking for a college, don't necessarily look for a college that gives you the cheapest school fee, because sometimes the cheapest school fee might be in a province or a city that has a very expensive cost of living, very expensive housing, not a lot of job opportunities, poor PR options. And in order to attract people there, they give you the lure of cheap school fee. And a lot of international students fall into that
Oh,
trap
God,
because they say, okay, then cheap school fee, can't find a school fee. And then when
can
them
find
come, they
everything.
realize that they make a
I'm stressed out.
significant.
Yeah.
Whilst it's better to pay an extra penny for the school fee and know that you're going somewhere where you have a lot of job opportunities, cost of living is affordable, international students are able to get part-time jobs, and then that way it makes more sense because like the extra that you have to pay for school fees compensated with a cheaper cost of living rather than paying a cheap school fee and can't even find no work. So I'd say it comes down back to doing your research
Research. Yeah.
and doing
and
what is
and
best.
also like target like provinces that are developing, provinces that need people, provinces that are a tad bit like underpopulated, that they need people. Target provinces like that, because a lot of people want to go to Toronto because Toronto is the city, and I'm telling you, Toronto is fun and it's good to hang out and it's good to have a vibe. Like when you're there, Toronto is a vibe. But honestly, like I can tell you, I could not survive in Toronto. Toronto would have boxed every food out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Like the average rent in Toronto is $1,500. So you're gonna pay $1,500 for rent, and you're only allowed to work 20 hours. How that work out for you?
Hold on, $1,500 which part in Toronto?
And that is it. That is it. That's how when you share with much people.
Oh,
Can I with the mattress bunny girl? Line up.
because a lot of persons are moving from Toronto to Alberta right now.
Lot of
And I
people, like
meet
a
quite
lot
a
of
few
people
persons
move down here
on my
too.
job. A lot of persons, I meet them and they're telling me that the average rent for a two-bedroom in Toronto right now is 2,200 to 2,500.
Yeah, crazy.
So
They get
I'm
a
like,
one bedroom apartment and you pay $2,000.
yeah, you can't afford
So
it.
no, it's not affordable as a student, and that is why I did not go there. And then you
Hmm.
see, don't even come with the intention to, all right, even if you have people there and you might think say, people will look out for you and whatever the case is. People change
Yeah,
and they change quick. Like I had an aunt and like she did agree to help me with my process, and then when I start the process, I'm gonna reach out to her. She gonna reach out back to me. She
that's
called
what it normally is.
she called me the other day. Oh, how are you in Canada? I don't know see you in Canada. You don't need to know I'm in Canada. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it normally is.
Yeah, so
So
don't depend on nobody.
no,
Find a
and
way
the
to do
other thing
it
is
where you can do it yourself.
that is so true because a lot of persons make a decision because somebody tell them that come and turn to man things
Yeah,
there
man,
man,
and people are going, oh, yes, tell you if you come. Them are going to tell you if you come. Them are going
and
to tell you,
then when you
oh, them are going
reach
to help
guys,
you. Because I know a girl, like she came, and the people them put her up, but them how long them put her up for? That's the question. That's
a
a,
big round of applause because you're going to always I say that like you have to make sure that you are able to sustain yourself or find a job to
yeah,
sustain yourself
man. Think
because let me
about
tell you
doing
this,
it yourself.
not everybody's listen, not everybody is genuine as
And
soon as As soon as it's time for you to start doing your groundwork and you start to depend on somebody, forget that assistance, then you're gonna be able to see that person's true colors.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna realize
Also,
that
also a lot of these people, them act like them glad for you, but really and truly, them not glad for you. Or they might want you to do good, but like them not want you to do better than them.
mm-hmm,
So it's like a spirit of competition or like a spirit of jealousy. So all right, fine. Them might come and them have life hard because them come and them have it hard. Them believe say you for come and have it hard too. Them not try to make it
that
easy
is it.
for you.
That is it. But you do good enough, but don't outdo me.
No.
Don't come and outdo me. You
Yeah.
just come. Don't try
Yeah, don't
and
order
get
them.
there
So
before me.
that is the thing. And like people will come and I have like that's what I'm telling you, sometimes it's your dreams and your aspirations them. Keep them to yourself. Until you find like minded people, keep them to yourself. Because people will beat down your dreams and beat down your visions and beat down your aspirations just because what they can envision it doing it for themselves. So because them can't do it, you know, to do it either.
Exactly.
Or because
Exactly.
them did come here and when them did come here, things did hard and them did have it hard. So you must come and have it
Yeah.
hard too.
And me they come and me they have to figure it out. So you come and you figure it
Figure
out
it
too.
out too, yeah. Or maybe them did come and when them come, them have to buy $1,000 car and you come and you want buy one 5 grand car. Is a problem
How
because
dare
wow,
you? How dare you? How dare you? And you're
it's
living
a
in my
problem.
house. You're living in
Right.
my
So
house
that's
and you want to buy 5,000 a carry, you better go find my apartment. You better come out.
yeah. So you have to like even with me, like, yeah, I just happy. I'm gonna tell you, and it can come from anybody, and it come from anywhere. Even the people them where you think say, yo, yeah, and them are go there till the end. It comes
Mm-hmm.
out of anywhere because honestly, people like to have people in them shadow. People like to have you in them shadow. People like to know say them have your right which part them can use you, or them have your right which part them can monitor your thing, you know. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
nobody talk no fearing or nothing. If you still want
And
$1 car and if you want, you can get it.
I'll say this, guys, and this is what I've noticed, and this is what I've experienced as well. Most Canadians are very friendly, kind people. A stranger will help you more than the person who you think is your family or your best friend.
Yeah,
A total stranger will put a roof over your head in Canada than the person who tell us I come to Toronto.
true.
Well, not well. Let me use somewhere else. 'Cause probably Toronto feel like my pick one. That person who say, the person who say come somewhere else. At the
Yeah,
end of the day, guys, it is possible for you to do it by yourself,
it
but
is possible to do it
you
by
have to make
yourself.
the right
I did it by
decisions from the get
myself.
go. You have to make the right decisions from the get go. Guys, you don't know my story. I never come to Canada with a want for money like Shanice. Look at Shanice. I never come to Canada with a want for money like her.
Why? I can't, but the guys not finding me on Instagram. Put your Instagram so I find you, cause I don't know how you're not finding me.
I don't know. I think I put it in right. But the truth of the matter is, guys, that listen, when I just came to Canada, if you guys are new here, when I landed after paying all my school fees and all of my airfare and all of that for myself and my family, we ended up with 100 Canadian dollars. I didn't have a work, Nats never have no work. We had an autistic daughter. We never have nothing. Nothing. We never have nothing. If you guys are in Canada, you know how easy it is to blow $100. $100 is nothing.
Hundred
Nothing.
dollar, no, no,
That's
nothing,
nothing.
nothing.
And I'm telling you guys that we were able to navigate the system with that $100. We were able to grow and integrate and
Yeah,
transition and
like
find jobs.
what I tell people, all right, you're coming, just just have 2 months rent for backup. You need just give yourself 2 months. I feel like 2 months and you can really figure it out. Because even at one point, there was one point where like when I was considering like switching from Cineplex because the pay wasn't good and I wasn't getting the hours that I needed. So it wasn't making sense for me. And like I left the job and I left it without having another job to go into. So I was out of work for maybe like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And like some people would have been stressing and fretting. And I remember like Walmart was my last resort, and I was saying, I'm gonna I'm gonna do Walmart because Walmart Walmart always hire people. So even if you come and you can't find nothing, Walmart always hiring. Walmart always a hire. Me don't know nobody
Always.
will apply for Walmart and I get no job at Walmart.
Walmart
But
and McDonald's.
yeah, and even McDonald's. McDonald's always hiring. And even here, like I know the guy that is the manager at McDonald's. And if me text him right now and say, yo, Abby, I know say Ray, it might say, you know, come because I've
Mhm.
been there. I worked there the summer for to pay
Yeah.
for my tuition this term. And it was a good job. Like you can make the money, you put in the hours, you can do what you have to do. It's just that it's not easy. It's not gonna be easy. You know, you have to go make sacrifices, you have to go sit things and cut your eye past it. You know, you have to go and live some life. You have to say, you know what, wait. But it's possible.
That's it. I we talk about that earlier. Is not we're not
Yeah,
looking for what's easy. We're looking for
no,
what's possible.
possible.
That's it. This is good to know there are jobs, but I think the mindset is a big thing. Remember, guys, migrating is 95% mindset and 5% finance.
And you see,
95% mindset.
if you don't have the mentality where you say, you know, by any means necessary, it's not gonna work out. If you go have the mindset where you know you're gonna have bad days and you're gonna lie down and cry and you're gonna complain and say, oh, it's not working for me, and not gonna work.
It's
You have to
tough.
come.
It's
You
like
have to
it's
be
like.
hungry. You have to be hungry. You have to know say, yo, yeah, do this for you, and you do this to set up yourself in a one better position. You do this for a better life. You
Mhm.
have to. You have to have the drive because enough time at the drive saved me, especially in the winter when the depression kick in. The drive of me know say, yo, Shanice, you come here for this, and you do this.
Yeah, Shanice, me like the way how you think, me like the way how you reason. And 100% you're hitting all the right notes. Like you're saying all the right things 100%. And you know what the truth? Somebody probably not the probably somebody hear it and to fly over them head. Because until I'm actually there in the situation, they're not
You're
gonna
not
really
gonna know.
understand
Yeah,
how important that having that mindset. I remember when I
yeah.
just start like the first month, it can be a very depressing period of time because you're gonna feel like you make a mistake, you change your life, you give up your comfort, and you're wondering
Listen,
if things gonna work
you
out.
give up all of it, you give up everything where you know, you give up your family, you give
Mhm.
up your friends for come somewhere where you don't know nobody. Especially, you know, like some of the times that we're coming out of like high profile jobs. So you know you
Yeah,
come out of your high profile job where you know you get your respect and you get your do and you do for coming
yeah,
out of job when nobody don't know you. When nobody don't respect you. Because I had a friend, she had that issue. Like, you know, she was in banking, and you know, you're in a banking, you have your clientele and you're respected and respectable, and then you
yeah.
come and you're just
Regular.
regular. You're regular. You're regular. Your
Yeah,
father and a Bill Gates. Nobody
yeah.
does.
And a lot of persons find that challenging
Yeah,
starting over.
yeah, it's challenging. But yes, for me, honestly, like that's why I tell people like yes, the mindset is the most important thing. Okay, so for me, I never once sit down in here and regret my choice. I've never regretted my choice. Like me
Yeah,
never sit down and regret say me come. Like you know, my sad of course, I miss my family, I miss my grandmother, I
yeah,
miss my father, I miss my mother, I miss up and down with my dirty foot friend. Then yeah, I miss it.
yeah, yeah.
I miss up and down with my friend them, but I never yet sit down in here and say, oh, you know, I shouldn't come. I've never said it
Never.
because I remember enough times me in my room at that time and I used to journal. I'm a write my journal and I say, yo, God, you see, if you ever send me go to Canada, I go do the do, and I go make everybody know, say, you send me and you put me in a
Yeah,
position. So I remember asking God for things. So imagine you ask God for something and him give and then you come and you go
yeah.
complain.
Complain.
You don't complain. That I
Guys,
like to be
drop in the
ungrateful to
comment
God.
section right now. Will you guys be willing to start over back from scratch? I know a lot of you guys are gonna say yes, but actually, are many of you guys willing to start over from
Willing to
like
do what it
zero?
takes from
Are you guys willing to
zero.
start over from zero in order to make your Canadian dream possible? Drop it in the comment section right now and let me know, guys. And if you're not, say you are not as well. So I can probably ask you guys to say why you wouldn't, and we can probably chat about that as well, right? But yeah, like honestly speaking, that is so true. Um, Starting over is hard.
It is hard. But what you gonna do? You're gonna stay in your life where you're not motivated, you're unfulfilled, you're miserable. You get up every day and you have mood swing. Hey, you see what I mean? I used to get up every day and I don't chat to nobody at daytime. I'm gonna come on my evening time, my face long.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, I remember I came home one evening in a man and my face long. And my auntie I said, oops, Shanice, not have a good day today at all.
Oh, Erica, I like that so much, Erica. And I'm gonna expound on that a little bit. Erica said right now the way I'm living is hard. So that is
Okay.
so true. A lot of
Okay.
persons like your present situation is comfortable because you know it already, but it's hard already. So
Listen.
why not choose your hard? Would you
Choose your
prefer to
hard.
continue living your hard
And what
there?
I like to say, you see, if you can do one type of hard, you can do one next type of hard.
That is
Because
it.
hard is hard. In any sense you take it, hard are hard. So it's like, you're willing to have like hard for now and good for the rest of your life, or you're just gonna sit down in a hard and have hard every day?
Yeah, that's it. And at the
Like,
end of the day, if you not try, you're not gonna
you,
ever
you
know.
don't know. You don't know. And me, I tell you, Mr. Listen, I was when I graduated, like I graduated college, and when I graduated college, like I did an intern for like a dental firm for like a couple months, and I liked it because it was different, but also I didn't like the environment. The environment was toxic. So
Yeah,
the job that I got, how I got my job was that the man that owned Island Dairies, you guys might know
yeah,
Island Dairies, he came to my church. So that's how I got my job at Island Dairies. And when I went to Island Dairies, I promised myself, I said, Shani, you're doing 5 years here or so, and then you're moving on. And I'm there. I'm a comfortable. I'm not, you know what? I'm not look no way out. I'm just living. You know, you're making money. You do what you
yeah,
have to do. Me, I live my life. I go on party. You know, me, I have no picnic, so certain
just
responsibilities
yeah,
over my head. I live with my grandparents. I live in my parents' house. I not have no bill to pay. I pay one bill, internet bill alone,
yeah,
and, and that's it. So like, and then I remember like I made the promise I'm gonna make with myself. Like I was in year 5, going on to year 6. Like the year that I moved from Jamaica would have been year 6 if I was there until the October.
yeah.
I remember I just start getting miserable because I said like you make yourself a promise, and obviously nobody's leaving this company. There's no position here, so like what y'all gonna do?
Where you gonna do? You gonna
What
sit
y'all
down
gonna
and wait?
do? Yeah, man, I'ma just get fed up. I'ma get cross. I when me do things and then I work out. Me a cuss, I'm a miserable.
You say, yo, I'm tired of typing
Yeah,
paper.
man, I'm tired of
I'm
this.
tired of that.
Tired of work. As me get my pay, I'ma do this, I'ma do that, I'ma buy little things, and my money done.
Yeah,
Miserable. Miserable. So sometimes you have to be fed up. You just have to want the change. You have to want the better. Like the better, you just have to want the better. You have to want the better.
that's it.
You have to
That's it.
want the better. If you don't want the better, it just not make no sense. Cause you're gonna come and you're gonna miserable because it's not gonna make sense to you.
Exactly. As long as you know, like, as long as you have a valid reason for doing it, everything makes sense. But if you do it because I'm trying a Canada thing, or
Yeah. It's
somebody
not
tell
gonna
us
make
say,
no
I'm
sense.
trying a Canada thing now, man, it can't work out. You gonna come here, you gonna say, all about them say if you try this and this so hard. And about them say I go so hard.
Yeah,
But
and then and it don't make for everybody. Honestly, it
yeah,
don't make for everybody because I have people when I think say I want to tell them to come, and I'm not sure because like everybody is not built the same. My
yeah.
hunger and my passion and my drive, everybody,
95% mindset, 5% finance.
yeah, everybody just
My
not built the same.
That's it.
So it's just all about how you're built. Like if you want it, you want it, and if you don't want it, nobody can go make you want it.
And also, if you are in a situation where you feel like you want it, find a way. By the hook or
Yeah.
by the crook. If you're in a position and you feel like this is what's gonna change your life, this is what you really need, you go to bed at night time, you can't stop sleep about it, you can't stop dream, you can't it's like you look around in a Jamaica or whatever country you're in and you say, oh my dear, so I'm not
Yeah.
you understand?
And
When you reach
then
that
half
point,
of the time, if it's something that's settled on your mind, that means there's something where you really want to do. So you just do it. And guys, don't think about, the money, because listen, the money was like the money I did my only obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
Because metal say if me left, like if I was leaving in, I think I left in August and my suitcase then packed for June. One at a time, may I go out and me I say take out clothes out of my suitcase. For where? Come on, pack up
Because
my.
everything pack up.
Yeah man, me ready. I ready me ready. Me ready long time. ready, me ready long time. Me not have no
Oh
itching.
man.
Me not have no itching. Me ready. And like
Exactly.
I tell you, when I came, the only part I paid part of the tuition for the first year. So like how them do it at the majority of the schools, the semesters are split in two. So like for the September to December, you can pay the first half, and then January you pay the rest for January to June. So like
Mm-hmm.
me now, I think I paid maybe like 3,500. So you know I need one next $1,500.
Yeah.
Me come here without the $1,500. Me don't know where me gonna get the $1,500 from. What me if I come from now, me I get $1,500 from.
Faith.
What me
That's
say?
it.
Me come here, I'm gonna make sure I have my 2 months rent and some money to buy some grocery. I think when I came, I probably had maybe 2,000 Canadian, if so
Yeah.
much.
And
And
that
I
is not even that much either.
no, and I come and I pay my rent, I pay my two rent them, so that was like $800. And then I buy some groceries. I remember saying, you start from scratch, so you need sheet, you need this, you need that. My grocery bill
Yeah.
comes to about $500. And then you have $500 left. And then $500 for carry you through till you find your work and you set up yourself. I'm still not know where the $1,500 come from to pay the rest of the school fee. I'm
That
spend
is
out
it.
the $2,000 already. But my
Yeah.
son to say, like, it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
It is possible. And when I come, I mean, I have the $1,500 and I don't stress about the $1,500. And I end up, I get the $1,500, I pay that. January, I work and I start save. I work and I save. I work and I save. When January come, I have like half of the money for January. Everybody has
Mm-hmm.
stress. Me not stress because the rest of it come.
African.
The rest come.
Mm-hmm.
Second year, the easiest year. Second year, like school get holiday like June, and if school get holiday, so the 10, by the 12, two work me out. I have my work when I do my 20 hours. They gave me like full time for the summer, and then I have my other work. I have my work over McDonald's, and I left that I work there and gone
Yeah.
McDonald's at night time. Sometimes, yeah. So the first week when I was doing McDonald's, I can tell you, say one of the night then me I left, because when I go McDonald's, I go like 6 and leave like 12, 1, 2.
Yeah.
I remember one night me I went on a taxi and me I tremble, like me I have nervous breakdown in a them, like my
Yeah. Yeah.
system I mash up in a car. You know your body not used to the wally power hours. And
Up
mental
and
say,
down
yo,
on it. Yeah.
mental say my body starts
Yeah.
shake.
No, your body
So
used to the bleaching, but a different type of bleaching.
different type of
Understand?
bleaching. I'ma say me sit down and me say, yo, I'll go on there. So I'ma say, you know what? When I get my day off, I lie down on my bed for the whole day. I'ma sleep. I just do
Mm-hmm.
my laundry. I'ma just rest. And I used to tell myself when I'm over there, and like sometimes, everywhere you go, people are gonna piss you off. Cause come on,
Yeah.
it's the world. I did that sometime, and the staff, them I get some of the older people, them
Mm.
disgusting. The
Yeah.
older folks in McDonald's sick my stomach. Enough time I work, I'm gonna lock up in the bathroom and go and ball. I call my man and me crying. Them I say, what you cry for? You need to toughen up and do 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 do
Yeah.
do. But who feels it knows it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to tell some people some things and you can't tell them because
I can't do it because remember
you
say
want
I
the
have a
work.
goal.
You want the work, so you wally say, them bother
Yeah.
me and me don't want to cuss them out. I go to the bathroom, I cry, and I come back out like nothing happen.
Mm-hmm.
When I time now, I start telling myself, all right, Chinese, 2 more months to go. I just start counting down the months. Them. Captain was something nasty over McDonald's. McDonald's
Yeah.
is just to work up the money so that you can pay your tuition. And I
That
can
is it.
tell you, when I did McDonald's and the other job, me only did need $2,000 to make up my tuition for the entire year.
That for the year.
For the year.
Look at that.
For
But
the
you just
year.
short term pain, long term
And
gain.
listen,
That is
metal
it.
I say all my foot them. It's when me go on Jamaica. When I got Jamaica the other day, I got a girl that do one pedicure, and the girl I say, oh, you wear only sneakers you wear, and she say, yeah, me can't see it in your foot them, cause your foot them mash up. McDonald's mash up my foot them.
Oh my gosh.
Mothers mash up my foot them, but see, I put them come back, as a girl. So, you just have to do what you have to do.
Basila's asking you, where in Senton are you from?
I'm from Beverly. I don't know if you guys know that. It's Salem.
Salem. Yeah, I think more
Yeah.
persons will know Salem.
Yeah.
Yeah, rather than Beverly.
Yeah.
But like, honestly, yeah, guys, get us to 150 likes by the way, cause we got way over schedule. We got a
So we're
full
gonna
one
hours out our
hour longer
time.
than we thought we would have gone. I'm I don't feel no way. We talked to Omar for 30 minutes, and now we're talking to Shanice like 1.5 hour.
Yes, Jelly. Big up Beverly. Straight out of Beverly.
Yeah, Jaylee is from Salem.
Yeah, but Jelly, tell me where I'm know from. I don't like that.
He knows
Like,
you from Beverly. That's what he said.
yes, but announce yourself. Do I know you or you just know me?
Then probably you probably know them face, but they
Uh-huh.
know you.
Okay.
Kind of thing, yeah. But yeah, on and all, just thank you so much for being so real, man. Like honestly, it's so hard to find people to just share their experience, like the nitty gritty. That is what people want to know. People want to know that is it gonna make sense for me to come and do all of these things? But in the end, it always work out.
Always gonna make sense.
Because
And listen, it's not gonna be easy. We're not promising to say it's gonna be easy because it don't easy. It's not easy. But you see, just you see
Jaylee said Jessica.
Jessica from where? Like last name, who you know, when me know, something. Give
Jessica,
me
put your
something.
TRN number up because I want to verify you, Jessica.
Something. Just something. Tell me something when me go remember you from. But like we're not promising easy. It's never easy. And nothing that is worthwhile is easy. But
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
It makes sense, and that is all that matters.
Makes sense.
In the end, as we always say, just remember the reason why you're doing it, and remember when this is what you wanted. When migrating to Canada was a dream. Remember that feeling that you felt when I got approved, when I got that passport request in your email GC key, and you see that. Remember
Mm-hmm.
that feeling that you got, that excitement, that
Early
overwhelming
morning, them
feeling.
well dressed and gone and I want to go. And the
Yeah,
people, so I never tell nobody. My family member then said, oh, you left so early. I said, oh, me fell asleep, go do something.
go do something. So, what was your feeling? What was your reaction when you got
All
your
right, see, I feel
approval?
like, all right, so for me, it was kind of different because, when I did it the first
Mm-hmm.
time, because of the whole COVID thing, they sent back
Yeah.
the passport and I say, them the things say, me go come
Mm-hmm.
back and re. Them, all them love tell people say them the things say, I go come back.
Yeah.
So they told me that. So at first, I was not approved. And I think I should have told her that because that's a one key part of the story. So the first time that I applied, I was denied.
Mm-hmm.
And I was discouraged. Can I remember like me I cuss miserable and me cuss and Mr. God. When I tell me I ask God, I say God, me not wicked. Me not lie, thief, me not kill nobody. Like me's a trying girl. Like why me I try,
Yeah.
Like I was so like me just so fed up. And I remember so like like I have a sister in the United States, and she messaged me and she asked me, she said, you get through? I tell her no, and she said, go again. I'm gonna say, honestly, I don't know if I want to go again because sometimes we get the no
Mm-hmm.
and we feel, but delayed does not mean you're denied. You
That
need to
is it.
sometimes we need to be delayed because I feel like the delay work out for me better because it put me in a one better position for gain access to all of the funds that I got access to and all them type of stuff there. I feel like it was like
Yeah.
I feel like it helped me to like struggle less. So
That is it.
delayed but not denied. So I was denied and still living my best life, but I still upset and I said to God, God, me not thief, me not wicked, me not kill people. Like, me I try. Enough people not trying and me I try.
Yeah.
And then I just sat down and I said, all right, Shanice, this is how you did one for yourself. You want it for yourself, your reason for your one. We'll go again. And the second time, like the first time when I was doing it, I'm going to tell people because yeah, tell people for you whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
second time I'm gonna say, I'm not telling nobody my business because key people will act like them happy for you and be a bad
Yo,
man
your man said, man, you
plan.
make me jump up with a chair.
Listen, me say
Yo, you hear
Tell
that?
people my business the first time and you know work out. And yesterday the time when I go, I'm gonna tell nobody. Work out for me.
Let me tell you this, but me just cut you off right there. So I said, this is something that I'm always saying. Sometimes you tell somebody your plans and them not outright do something to stop you, but just sometimes them doubt and them
The
mindset and the
negativity, the
negativity,
energy.
it channel towards your
Yeah, man.
process inadvertently as well. Definitely guard it.
Yeah,
Guard your energy.
yeah,
Surround yourself
man.
with a
Sometimes,
bubble of positivity.
and listen, I'm not telling you, sometimes it's not even no, it's nobody like outside of your family or outside of your circle. Sometimes the same people them within your family and within your circle, them just the mere fact say, you know, them not believe what you say, you know, they not think it can work, not look possible. I don't want you to go. Like I had a friend and she went to the United States to the school and she left
Mm-hmm.
and come back her yard, she not finish it. And you know, when we tell her something, she's like, "Oh, Shanice, how you gonna manage to do that? Because you know, I did it, and the reason I came home was whatever." You know, the negative energy.
That's it. The negative energy.
Yeah,
Wanna keep it.
and
Wanna
you see,
want it.
people like to put their
I don't
limitations
want none of
on
that. Wanna keep
you.
it.
So you know,
Wanna keep it.
them try something and it not work out, and kind of work out for them.
Hey, well, Nat's
It
in
not
the
work out for
background.
you.
Nats is my wife, by the way, if you don't know. She's in the background. She said she like you. But
Hi,
anyway.
hello. Don't worry, we'll link up soon. Alberta soon. Am I? Am I? Where you say Alberta soon, boo?
But this is so true. And we talk constantly about the importance of surrounding yourself in a bubble of
Good
positivity.
people.
You,
Yes.
you have to be so positive that the time people come around and it's
Them
like they
can't
can't
shake
help
you.
it.
Can't shake you. Yeah,
They
man.
can't shake you.
No. Yeah, because people will shake you, no, man. May I tell you this? And listen, I guess sometimes people being negative and so, it's not even, sometimes it's not even out of like a bad place. It's just that they are limited within themselves. So you know them are past their limitations onto you. Because even like, for example, like my grandmother. My
Mm-hmm.
grandmother, every time, like when I came here, you know, I'm telling her the first part of the school fee couldn't find her or whatever. But every time she called me and she say, you know, if you didn't know she has so much money, I wouldn't gone away. And you know,
Yeah.
she's not doing it out of a place of she don't want me strive. She want me strive, of course, but it's just that them not know not different. Them not know if it get up and reach for them goals and do everything where it takes and them prefer to stay comfortable. She gonna say, oh,
Comfort.
you know, you're there, we not ask for pay no bills, you're not hungry, you're not for provide nothing. Yeah, but that I mean said the life that's there is what me want for myself. So sometimes people are not even doing it out of bad vibes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that they don't know any different. And if somebody don't know no different, then
That is it.
them can't do no different.
Comfort destroys ambition. 100%.
Yeah,
You're too comfortable. You're afraid of giving up your convenience, your safety net,
yeah.
your comfort. And even in the case of your grandparents, they know what they know.
Them know what them know exactly, and you know what them know work for them. But not because it worked for them, that means it work for me. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
So
Like,
it's just that sometimes you have to just defy the odds. Like even when me left, enough people don't get vexed with me because them don't know say me I left. But what? The first time I'm tell everybody my business don't work out. Second time I go, I do my thing in a silence. Nobody don't know my business. It work out for me. So therefore,
but, but even some of the case, like for example, you tell them your business. Um, there's a lot of persons who are non-Jamaican in their life. Let's be fair. So you told them your business,
oh, so we're going back to swinging now. Okay.
and you told them your business, and it did work out. For example, how did telling them your business
Help you.
contribute or help you? It did
That
not.
that is it. That is it. So that is what I said, like in the second time, when I go and I do it and I didn't tell anybody. And when they asked me even when they asked for my passport, I didn't tell anybody. Like I had a cousin and we're this close and she was in the United States at the time. And we had this sleep on the same bed, everything, like make sure I get her up now with me.
Yeah.
And when she come back, like her mom said, Cleo, because they call me Cleo, because my dad
Yeah,
name is
we know that from the live earlier
yeah,
in the
my
live.
dad name is Leo, so they call me Cleo. So she said, Cleo leaving, and she said, no, Cleo's not leaving, and she said, yes, Cleo's leaving, and She said, but she didn't tell me. And you know, she cussed me and she said, oh, everything that I'm doing, I tell you. And I'm like, it's nothing personal, babe. It's nothing
It's
personal.
nothing personal.
No. Sometimes you just have to guard your dreams, guard your plans, guard your aspirations because,
Yeah.
like, you don't know.
Sometimes
It can be even the same person who will give birth to you. You just not know.
sometimes it's sometimes just the doubt that's in that person
Yeah,
transfer into the
yes,
atmosphere and cause
just
everything not
yes,
to work out. I promise you guys. Like
yes.
it's
Sometimes
like
it's just like people.
I can say that I have proved over and over that there's value in remaining positive and creating a positive space around you in deciding what to share, deciding what not to share, all of those things. I've
Yeah,
proven that. When I was doing my process, nobody never know. Nobody
yes.
never know.
And it's not you're being secretive. It's just that you know the Bible tells us say you know protect the things that are closest to you. Your dreams, your ambitions, your hopes, your goals. Those are the closest things to you. Like them the things there are things within a you. They're personal to you. Like I can come to you right now and tell you all of my goals and you don't understand them because
Hmm.
they're not for you. They're not for you. And even people listen, sometimes I don't even understand where, which part some of the negative energy them come from. Negative energy will come from friend, family, people who push you out. And sometimes it's not even like, you know, they don't want you guys to strive or succeed. Sometimes it's just that them just know no different. People just can operate from what they know.
Yeah.
I remember when I told one of my friends that I was leaving, like we were at the gym and I told her, I'm like, you know, I'm leaving. You know, like initially she was like sad and depressed, like she gone in a one different mood. And I'm like, what is going on? And she's like, you know,
Why wouldn't you be happy?
right. She's like, you know, she's sad to say I'm leaving her. But like it's not about being sad that I'm leaving, but glad say may get one chance to elevate because you know from me reach or not reach too.
That is it. Cause everything what you learn
Me
and
I
your
must teach
process, you have to
them.
tell them so their
Exactly.
journey can be even easier than yours.
Easier. Exactly. Like if me have it hard, man not gonna make no have it hard.
As soon as I
Doesn't make
got
sense.
through, as soon as I got through with my process and I got my approval, and I started telling some friends and family that I am leaving, my car got stolen.
Mm-hmm.
My car got stolen, which was like probably a week before leaving Jamaica.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here right now, pretty confident that if I didn't tell anybody that,
Your
my
car
car
wouldn't be
would get
stolen.
stolen.
Yeah. So listen, like I remember like I had this lady, you know, and you know, she invested like a lot of time in like building me up and you know, telling me Shanice, I can do this, you're gonna be great. You know, some self worth and motivation that you know everybody needs sometimes.
Yeah,
And even I didn't like the first time when I was leaving, I told her. And when I told her only, like the only person at my church that I told because we were like this close. I
yeah.
remember one Sunday I went to church and I heard somebody saying to me, say, oh, I heard that you're leaving to Canada soon. Congrats. And I was like I was so shocked because and then I know that she told the other lady because you know she and the other lady were close. And you know,
Yeah,
she probably don't do it with her ill intention. She do it because you know she proud of me and she glad to I'm making strides. But also
yeah.
because I tell you my business in a means say
It's
move
not
on
for
and
her
tell
to
other people
share.
no.
It's
And that
not.
is
That's
why I
not
didn't
for. It's
tell
that's not
anybody when I was
her
leaving. And you
responsibility to
know,
share.
everybody hurt and them upset, which is fine. But like sometimes people talk too much. Honestly,
Yeah,
sometimes people just talk too much. And that's just it.
that's
That
just
is
true.
that is just it.
And you know what? Like you have shared so many gems in this life. I really hope that person who's watching this live get it and it don't fly
I don't
over their head.
understand how the people them not finding me on Instagram though. That is crazy.
Type your name in the chat. Probably I made a mistake when I typed it
I
out.
don't think I made a mistake.
It's double underscore, guys, not one underscore. So it's double underscore
Listen,
name then double underscore at the end.
I might go and find my Instagram and put it in the chat.
Giving Amor something to do.
Yes.
Oh man, It's just that the happiness in you, that is why you tell people and close friends. That is so true. And you want them to share in your joy. You want them to share that excitement that you have, so you share it. But oftentimes they don't share it.
They don't
And
share it.
then that takes away from your happiness and it
Happiness.
takes away from
Yeah.
your
Like
joy.
even even like sometimes like people not sharing in your joy, as I was saying, it doesn't mean say you know them not wish you well or whatever. It's just that people just you know, people are just people and everybody's
Yeah,
just different. Because even when my friend wasn't excited for me, like I could have looked at it and be like, you know, you're not a good friend or whatever. I didn't. I found out what was the problem. She's happy, but she's not happy because she's losing her friend. Which is, but
yeah,
you're not really losing your friend, you know. Not because I'm in a different country, it doesn't mean that you're losing me. It just means that you
exactly.
know life are gonna be different.
Exactly, exactly. Dems, I will be watching this live again. This one sell off. Love Shanice Cleo slash Cleo vibes.
Yes, then run me my check. Run me my check, please. Run me
Guys,
my
them I said, man, guys, on the smash a like so I can pay them two ladies here will just attacks me. The
run
Amoy
me my
and the
check,
Shanice.
them.
So just
Yeah.
like the videos, like the video, like the video, like the video, like the video. So that YouTube can send me one check so I can mail one check go
A New
when
Brunswick.
when
Yeah,
them
man.
Michi when them Michi
Missy,
CD
Missy.
when
Miramichi.
right? So definitely like 100%. Um It's been awesome. It's been fantastic. It's been a fantastic life. I really enjoyed this conversation. And I can see so many similarities in myself, in you, in terms of the way how we think, the way how we, just look at life in general, and even immigration. Immigration and migrating, once you're on the journey, there's nothing else that matters. And then simply thing, it becomes the most important part of your life. Guard it, protect it,
Yeah,
and take responsibility for it. As we say, you're gonna want to share with your friends, you're gonna want to share with your family, but oftentimes that's where we go wrong
yeah.
because sharing,
Because you're sharing, you know, and you're sharing out a good place, but they might go also share. Because even my mom, I can tell you this. Yes, my account is private. Um, and I'm in a, I think I have like a selfie up where I'm like tilted like sideways. I took like a selfie. My dress is like, yeah, it's like a face picture in the DP. It's
mm,
Shani. That's my name, or Shan. I think it's Shan. Right. I found it for you guys. Okay. But even with my mom, I can tell you guys, you see my mom, if you tell my mother say rain a fall today, just know say people are call you tomorrow and tell you say rain, oh you did say rain a fall. So it's
yeah,
because I know that she is like that. I don't tell her important stuff. I tell her what she need for know and that's it.
yeah,
I keep her on a need to know basis. So you know, it's important for us to know, understand the people them that are around us, and then just give them information based on how you know they are. So
yeah.
like my mom, I will never ever tell her anything that's currently happening. She get the news when everything done and
When
gone.
everything done and gone.
Yeah, when everybody else knows, she know. You cannot give her information that you want to be a secret. She don't know if you keep secret. So you keep her on a need to know basis, right? So, and it's not a, you know, I'm not judging anybody. So it's just that you
Yeah,
evaluate the people that in your life and then you do with that what you will,
that
basically.
is so true. Anyways, we've been going on for the better part of 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I have to end it right here, guys. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Thank you, Amoy, for coming on for
Yes,
30 minutes.
Laverne, that's the info. Jeremiah 29:11. That is my that is my thing. Yes, it is. Christ standing up. So that means yeah, life I go hard and life I go lick you down and you go ball. But
Hmm.
Christ standing up. No better roll and no better drop and no better fall. Get up and strong up yourself and Christ standing up.
That is it. That is it. Guys, if you haven't already liked the video, give it a like right now. Subscribe if you're new here. Thank you guys for sticking it out. We have over 100 persons on the live consistently from start. Over 2.5 hours. Really appreciate you guys for being here for that long. Again, thank you, Amoy, for coming on, and thank you for introducing Shanice to me. I will be following you right now, Shanice, and we're gonna continue the conversation there.
Okay.
Um, your guys are part of the, as a Canadian immigrant, where we share stories from the different provinces so persons can understand what it is like to live there from real people, not just some internet stories, so from real life people, right? So again, big up yourself, Shanice. Thank you for coming on. Thank you, Amoy, for 30 minutes. Really appreciate you. But this is where we're gonna have to end it, guys. I appreciate your time so much. I value it so much. You guys have a great week. You guys have a great day. Enjoy your day off tomorrow. If you are off, I assume.
Yes, I'm off tomorrow.
Get some sleep. I know how important that is. And to everybody who's here, you guys will be successful this week. Whatever you do will be a success. Remember to take care of your mental health. It's very important just as much as your
I will be
physical health.
going over there after I hop off, guys. So I will be accepting your request. Just give me a second.
Yeah, run up our Instagram. That's if I can't private. Probably she don't want us so all over there, but I'm gonna be going over there as well. And yeah, just run up those numbers as well. And hopefully somebody from the Jamaican community can start a YouTube channel from in New Brunswick so we can see what's going on there.
Yes.
You
Amar
guys
and I
can
will
do
be
it.
taking up that task together. We'll have
Fantastic, fantastic,
we
fantastic.
have a our shared channel.
Sounds like a plan. And yeah, I'll definitely be like wanting that because I would love to see what New Brunswick look like, right? So
Okay.
yeah. But anyways, thank you so much. This is the 20th time I'm wrapping up the live, but this is the
Yes.
final
The
one.
final wrap up.
Yeah, final wrap up. See you guys next week. Okay, bye.
Okay. Bye, guys.